what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and it is Women Rock Wednesday today. Unbelievable. Chris Walker is in the building today. We gonna have a great show today. It's unbelievable. I just love Women Rock Wednesday. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna start out the day like we do on every Women Rock Wednesday. We're gonna talk about the starting five, gonna be all women. On Wednesday, starting five is the first five women that sign up to the Facebook feed or the YouTube feed. So let me call those and shout those honorees out today. Mindy Collins, Madonna Johnson, B. Scott, hold up, B. Scott, Tamika Withers, and Dale Griggs is in the building. Greg, Dale Griggs is in the building. People are sending me texts. It's popping up on my screen, y'all. Excuse me. Y'all know how this thing works. Let me go down. Let me see the rest of my girl. Let me see who's my sixth lady today. Hold on. Brandy Nickerson. Hey, Brandy. Let me go down. Let me go down. Let me go down a little bit more. Who else? Shanquetta Mate is here today. I got to, before I crank this thing, hey, Miss Lofton. Hey, Gina is in the building. Tiffany Sanders is in the building. Icy, I can't talk about him. Let's see who else. Brittany. Hey, Brittany Patterson is in here. Marissa Smith is in the building. Hold up, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all got to hold up. Chris Walker, you just got to hold up. I'm talking to the girl. Seneca is in the building. Who else? Let me keep going. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I see. Oh, yes. And Marquessa Carter Charles is in the building. It's women. Oh, Sonya Billings. Okay, now I can start the show. See, y'all got to understand. I love all my women, but when I see that Mindy Collins and that Kim Jackson and that Sonya Billings and here come Karen Thomas and when I see, I just get crump. I just get crump. Chris Walker, I'm gonna bring you in now. I'm gonna add you in. Let me see how you're looking. Look at you, boy. No hat today, huh? No hat today.
Chilling.
Huh?
I'm chilling today.
Let me show you something, Chris. Before I start the show, Chris, I'm glad you came in today. I'm glad you're here because I know you. You know LeBron's playing tonight, so I know you had to come
Oh,
in.
the King playing tonight?
Yes, he's playing tonight.
Oh, I didn't know the King was playing tonight.
But I want to do maybe we might have new listeners that's listening on the thing. And Chris, and I just want to let them know that the Chop Shop has one simple goal, and it's to intentionally and proactively and on purpose walk out into the middle of the world's messiest intersection, the intersection on race and culture and politics and sports. We even tackle grassroots sports, especially grassroots basketball. We talk about it in this intersection, Chris, and we survey it, we learn about it, we debate it, and we grow. And we get up and put on, and put out what we learn and put it to work. So do us a favor and follow us on social media. I'm Robert Hatter at Robert Hatter on Twitter. Chris is at Coach Chris Walker. Follow us on all social media platforms. Let's share the show right now. And if you are a Facebook user, a Facebook friend of ours, do me a favor because some people did it yesterday. And thank you so much. Go over to YouTube and subscribe to YouTube also. Chris, I can't. Did you push the button, Chris?
What button?
It's a button up there where you can see the comments. It's a little button to your right.
See him.
It's a little comment button.
Yeah, I know where it usually is. It's not
okay. Yeah, it just might not be working on your device today. But and I just like to share that with you. Let's make sure we share the show, and I'll tell you why a little bit later because there's a lot of stuff going on in this world, and we need more soldiers to make an impact. And But Jimmy, Chris, first of all, I would like to say 96 years ago, an African seeker was born in Nebraska. Grenada, Georgia bloodlines, Garvey's ghost, farm boy, good son, hoodlum, convert, believer, prophet, teacher, husband, father, voice of the lost, found nation, Amawali, a martyr, saint. We, by any means necessary, happy birthday, Malcolm X. Happy birthday a million times. Rest in power. Rest in power, but happy birthday. And then, Chris, one of the guys who I've been watching for a long, long time, legendary comedian Paul Mooney. He wrote all the Richard Pryor stuff. He died. Yes. Yeah, he died either last night or this morning. Powerful, man. Y'all look him up. Friends of mine was texting me this morning, telling me about Paul Mooney because they know how I like Paul Mooney, and I'm always looking at his videos. Go to YouTube. Do me a favor. What his favorite nickname is Negro Damas, because he go to that's one of his favorite. But you know what? To him, I want to thank God from me to him. Thank God for your genius and your ability to make us laugh in the midst of all of our pain. Now enjoy your rest with our ancestors, Paul Mooney. Y'all just don't know. Understand what I'm talking about. If you go to his video, Ed Russell says he was a revolutionary. So unbelievable, man. And I was just thinking about Chris, a couple of things I saw. Your people who you used to deal with, Under Armour, are increasing this minimum wage from $10 an hour to $15 an hour in the USA. The decision will impact over 8,000 employees. So shout out to that. And the reason I put that in there because I know you are you were a partner of theirs at some point. And Chris, before I go any further, it's Women Rock Wednesday. I want to shout out these young women. Chris, I saw a young lady named Mariah Alfred. They sent me some information. She has not only a star basketball player, she had been inducted to the National Honor Society. She's more than an athlete. We're so proud of you. We trust you. I can't wait to hear your name in the future. I forgot what school you're going to, Mariah, and somebody could tell me. Mariah Alfred, Chris, I love to hear that. Sensational young women doing that. Chris, I know how hard it is. My son was a national. It's hard to be an athlete and a National Honor Society member. I know it. Somebody sent me. They said a sensational young lady, way more than an athlete. Women Rock Wednesday edition, class of 2027. She young, Chris. Oh my gosh, she's a ninth grader. I think holding it down in the classroom and on the court. Shout out to Miss Young Alfred. She like in middle school had a, oh my goodness, unbelievable. And then I saw somebody tag me in it, and I want to shout. I'm not familiar with Miss Monica Botley, so somebody familiarized me with her. But they said after going through the film that she had 10 3-point makes. She's a freshman also. Got a 3.1 grade point average. Way more than an athlete. She rocks today. Young woman, what's her name? Monica Botley. Man, let me tell you something. Young fellas. And I know some of us are like that. Young fellas. These women ain't playing. They vice presidents. They Stacey Abrams. They authors. They everything. Young fellas. And I know y'all out there, and I know that we ain't talking about y'all enough. But guess what? Young fellas, let's bring it up a notch. I'm telling you, when I recognize these young women and Stacey Abrams and the Kamala Harris's of the world, I promise you, I look at myself and say, I'm getting my game up. Chris, everything we do, Chris getting his game. He's a book. Chris writing a book. I'm in the process of writing a book. And guess what, y'all? He ain't not one time said, Robert, you got a ghostwriter. Here's my process. But he gonna tell me at one point. He gonna tell, I got a process, but I would like to know from his process. I mean, but it's okay. I'm messing with it right now.
Silly, man.
But,
You're silly, man.
But Chris, before we go into anything, and I know we want to talk about everything, but let me tell you something. Women rocked a lot all over last night. The WNBA. Where's Odyssey? Okay. Oh, she from Silsbee High School. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm a little upset. I can't see my comments, man. I usually like to see the boom.
Yeah, but Chris, Chris, get your other device and just put it on.
No. It usually works. Like I'm trying to figure out why I don't have
my you want to try to go out and come back in and see what it works?
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out and come right back in.
Okay. All right. Go out and come back in, and we'll work it out. I'll get you back in.
All right, cool.
But yeah, go on out and come on back. I got you. I got you off the screen. So go and do it now. Hey, let me show y'all something. I wanted Chris to be on here, but I want to make sure Odyssey is on here. And Ed Russell said his granddaughter, and I love that. These women rock. Young women rock. So Chris, could you wait? I got to put you on first, Chris, again, and let me get Chris on. Chris, I can't do nothing for you if it don't work now. But let me tell you a little bit something about the WNBA last night, y'all. Way to show up, people, and I hope we had the Chop Shop had some weight in that, Chris, because the opening ratings for the opening weekend was up 25% for the WNBA, Chris. If you build it, it would come. The Sky, the Sun, the Wings, and the Liberty are the only unbeaten teams in the WNBA. But one of my old women rock too. Yeah, old women rock too. You right. Old women rock. This Women Rock Wednesday. Yes. Chris, you can't see your comments yet.
Still can't, man. I'm upset,
that's all right.
Man.
It might be your device is messing up because I don't know. We'll work it out later. But I want to talk about Sabrina Ionescu. I've been liking this young girl since she's been in college. She's a mamacita. She one of Kobe's girl. Kobe was her mentor. She became the first Liberty player as well as the youngest player in WNBA history to record a triple-double as she goes for 26 points, Chris, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. Historic, Chris. I mean, for this girl. I know you're familiar with it. She went to Oregon. And the thing I like about her, she ain't been in, she got hurt after a few games last year, Chris. So this is only her sixth game, because she didn't play most of last season. And she recorded her first triple-double, man. And I'm just so proud of her. But Chris, in the WNBA, help me, all my WNBA people, y'all help me. The Chicago Sky, Chris, has re-signed WNBA rookie Natasha Mack. She was the 16th overall pick in this April's draft. Ain't this May? April was 16th a few weeks ago. She was waived following the inner training camp. The 16th pick. But guess what? They brought her back though. Somebody look into that one for me. Somebody sent me that, Chris. They cut the 16th lottery pick almost, Chris.
But that's how many teams? There's only 12 teams in the WNBA though. It can't be a 16 pick, can it?
Yeah, it's more than 12 teams. It's more than 12.
How many teams they got? What, 20?
I don't know how many teams. They got more than 12. Yeah,
they got more than
12 teams. She was the 16th pick. Trey Phillips, what would make you cut the 16th pick? And I don't know. I mean, I just wanted to share that with you. What else? And then I want to ask, there was some internal injuries. Oh, that's right. Trey Phillips, thank you. I knew that, but I'm glad you brought it out. It ain't but 144 players, so even first rounders just don't make it sometime in the WNBA, Chris. Chris, you think that other league we be talking about is hard to make?
Well, how many? So that's why I was saying if it's 144 players, right? Mm-hmm.
Count the team.
That's
Just
why I
go
thought it was
count
gonna
the
be 12
team right
teams.
quick.
Huh?
Count the
Yeah,
teams
12
right
times
quick.
12 is one. I thought it was 12 players on each team, but maybe it's 10 players on each team.
I don't know how many. 12 teams. Oh, it's 12.
12
Oh, it
times
is
12 is
12 teams.
140.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
12. No, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry, Chris. It's 12 teams. She was just in the second round. So really, second round picks really
It's the
don't make.
analytics dude, man. I know all the numbers now. You caught
Okay,
me off guard.
what number that one? What number that one? She was still the 16th pick.
Correct. I got you. That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's from Lufkin. She's from Lufkin. But I guess it's just hard. Hey, Chris. Hold on, Chris. I got to show y'all this move. Hold up. It's Women Rock Wednesday, man. Hold up, y'all. Watch
Don't be
this
messy
move.
today, man. Don't.
Hey, man.
Here's my question.
What?
Here's my question.
Okay.
And I remember we debated this on the Chop Shop long ago. You look at the best, Sabrina Ionescu. Am I pronouncing that right?
Ionescu.
Mm-hmm. The best WNBA players. It's got to be a guard. It can't be a big. Or a big that can stretch people out. Is there a young lady that could play in that could play in the NBA?
I don't think so.
This is Women Rock Wednesday. Is there one that you could think of?
I just don't think
Can't
so.
say Candace Parker and those broke knees. Don't do that one.
I don't think so, Chris. I'm talking about the physicality of the game. I don't think so.
Really?
I just don't think so. Nothing against the woman. I just don't. And hold up, it's Women Rock Wednesday. Let me show my girl. Hold up, Chris. This is the reason I started watching women's college basketball. This young lady, I think her name D.D. Richards or something like that. Watch this.
Yeah, from Baylor. She give you 50, Hatter. She look like she give you 50. She look like she give you 50. What team is she with? What team was that?
She with the Liberty. She with Ionescu's team.
I've never seen that. That's crazy. I'm up here in New York. I never seen that logo. I want to see a new logo.
Yeah, let me play it again for you so you can see it again. Let me play it again. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's but that's what's going on, man. I mean, Chris, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what can a girl play in the NBA? And Marissa said there's some men that should play in hold up. Don't go there, Marissa. Marissa, don't go there. Don't go. Hey, and I'm glad you're back today, Chris. Because it's been some guys getting on guys about slandering, because Chris saying a lot of these guys in the NBA ain't this. But y'all, I went and picked up, and I want y'all, I want to help my audience out. And Chris, what I'm gonna do, Chris, I'm gonna take the mute off, because when I play a video, it's usually muting, but I'm gonna take the mute off so you can commentate me through this. But the other day, Chris talking about this guy Campozo can't play.
See, there you go. You're gonna show me some sound bites.
Yeah,
you gonna show me some sound bites?
Like that's hold on. No, I'm just telling you, he in the NBA for a reason. And y'all watch this. And I tried to explain to Chris the other day, but watch this. Hold on. There you go.
What's that? Okay. Really?
Okay.
Oh, really?
I'm just gonna let it play. You can comment. He created an advantage every time he got. Yeah, watch. He got the guy on his hip.
Ball screen.
Colin Sexton on his hip. Colin Sexton on his hip. Who he got now? Who is this guy right here?
Every kid in college basketball.
Yeah, look. Okay, all right.
I can do that right now.
Okay. Oh, no, you can't. No, you can't. Okay, there he is. Hold on. There he is. He can't play. Oh my goodness. He found a solution.
Oh, are you serious?
He had a problem.
Right now? You're really going?
No. He had a problem and found a solution. Watch him find another solution.
After Walter Yates.
Yeah.
If Walter Yates on the feet, I was doing this stuff in the third grade, man.
I'm just hold on. Just keep on. This the guy you said can't play. Should be in the NBA. Look. He finding a solution.
There are guys that are better.
He finding a solution.
There are guys that are better. That's a pocket pass.
Okay.
You got first of all, you got the MVP setting ball screens. And they have to show ultimate respect for the
That's
MVP.
all right. But watch it. The MVP ain't even in this one. The MVP ain't. That was Paul Millsap from Louisiana Tech in that one. But keep on going. There you go again.
Are you finished? No,
I'm not finished, because I want you to just cease. Before you run your mouth and say these guys can't play.
You lucky I can't
this on the Lakers. It's on the Lakers right here.
You lucky I can't see my comments.
That's all right. Don't worry about the comments. They ain't saying that. Look,
it's a ball screen with the best player in the world.
I'm just showing you. I mean, Chris,
Chris,
you said a guy can't play. He's a scrub.
Hatter, what you're seeing is design plays. If you drive, they sink, skip it. He's not doing anything intricate here.
Chris, pick and roll is a design play?
Yes. There's coverages.
Well, everybody needs to design.
There's coverages in pick and roll. If this guy helps, if he bites, you skip it. He's not like if they don't help because they got to honor the shooter in the weak side, you pocket pass.
But Chris,
he's not doing anything that's so amazing.
Chris, every guy at home, like you what you said, can't do that. Everybody can't do that, Chris.
Hatter, I didn't say everybody at home. I'm saying there's dudes in the
Hey, Marissa, you go look at his stats. Since you want to know his overall stats, you go look at his stats. I ain't got time to look him up. I'm just showing you to a guy. He's in the NBA. Hold up. Marissa, I'm finna go at you right now. You said, what's his overall stats? You go look him up. He's Googleable. Okay? Go Google him. He is playing for the Denver Nuggets. They're in the playoffs. Okay? So go Google him and you'll know his overall stats. I'm just showing you, in case you didn't realize, the guy is great at pick and roll situations. He even finding solutions when things break down. That's all.
This guy,
no. I don't know. I don't know his stats. I've never looked at his stats. I watched him play.
God! I wish I could see my comments.
Chris,
you are killing me right now.
Okay, and so you got some guys get in trouble, and now they running scared because this guy. Let me give y'all, because the big Stephen Jackson talking about this kid. Kwame is a bum. He can't do this. Like that, right? Y'all, what I
didn't say Campazzo was a bum. I didn't say Campazzo was a bum. I said there's players better that could be in the NBA.
Well, somebody better than everybody. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Somebody better than everybody.
Whatever.
It's somebody better than that. But guess what? I picked out some highlights because I wanted to inform you, just in case y'all like Marissa don't know the stats and she probably ain't never seen this. Go check this guy out, Kwame Brown. Yes, his highlights, but guess what? We can't play the whole damn game on the show, so I'm going to give you some highlights. Duh, you can't play a whole. It's up to me to give y'all breadcrumbs so y'all can go and look this up. I can't play a whole game on the show, so let's understand that. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to show highlights because I can't show a whole game. You're not listening? They can go and pick up Kwame Brown's game, but they say they've been talking about this boy and saying he can't play. He's a bum. He's a bum. Okay? That's Vlade Divac, all-star. Put him in the blender. Okay? I mean, it's a highlights. They highlights, yes. Okay? Okay?
It's Mike Bibby out there.
All right? I'm just showing you. This the guy who they've been calling a bum, y'all.
I mean, he looks very, very, very rigid and.
Yes, but he ain't perfect. He's 7 foot. 7-footers are not always have this kind of dexterity. Look at him. I didn't say he was great. I don't think he was number one pick. He probably didn't live up to that mantle. But look. The kid can play. But see, some people just go with what people say and not go look it up. I said, okay, I'm going to go look it up. And Chris, and I looked at it and somebody brought to my attention, I'm sorry. Somebody brought to my attention the other day, because I said, well, why was he so mad? And I looked at a video, Chris. It wasn't the Up in Smoke video. It was another one. They had Jeannie Buss on Up in Smoke. It wasn't just the Gilbert Arenas. Jeannie Buss was on, and Jeannie Buss was talking about she traded Vlade Divac and Kwame Brown to get Kobe, right? And both of these guys say sniggling and touching each other on the leg. Oh, that was just a one-person trade. That was just a one. So, in other words, you got to realize throughout our history, people were always saying we were less than a man. We were less than a man. So this man said, wait a minute. You mean they traded for Kobe just for one person? You mentioned Vlade, and when the lady, Jeannie Buss, mentioned my name, y'all said, no. And tried to giggle about it. Yes, he was upset about that, y'all. Yeah, and the jabs were adding up. The jabs were adding up. See, Chris, you like to chop people up there like that. So you probably understand that. But when somebody come back at y'all's ass, then y'all got to be man enough to say, okay. Instead of be whining and crying, man, that's not right. You got to keep it. No, this guy been quiet for 20 years, and people like you been tearing his head off. And now, and Chris, he had some insightful things. Now, he cursed a little too much for me. He said the N-word a little too much for me, but I understood his heart on it. And Chris, like I was saying yesterday, like these people be tearing these young kids' head off. And Chris, and I'll let you comment on that because I want to tell you why I watched that, especially with young kids. But what I know you got a retort to what I just said.
No, I mean he defended himself. He was upset.
Yes, he was upset.
The good book says be slow to anger, and I don't know how long that was festering, but you know, a lot of people say he's been saying stuff like that forever. He just finally got a platform. Like he's been
saying, he been had a platform. Chris, he got social media. Chris, social media been around for years,
but no one's paid attention to him. Now they've given him a.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Hey, Chris, that's that governance structure you talking about right now.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
I mean, that's that social structure you talking about.
We haven't talked.
Who said that? Who said that?
Have we talked about Kwame Brown?
Yes, we have.
No, we're talking about him now because of what just happened. We're seriously talking about him.
Yes. Yes.
Because of what
happened. It wasn't his platform. Shit, they talked about him.
I get it. But what I'm saying is his platform has been elevated because of them. Right? And what I'm saying is the one time that people are actually talking about him, like you can say it's in a positive light where he's like responding to negativity, but he's being very negative himself.
And I know you talking about what? Guess what? He falling into Chris Walker's. When they go low, I go lower.
Oh, go low.
No. That's the Chris Walker. But Chris, he mad. But you know what, Chris? Somebody woke me up this morning and said, "Man, he on again this morning." And I saw a curb in his attitude. He said, "Man, you know what? All one of them dudes got to do, they got my numbers. Check this out, y'all. Check this out, Mr. Chris. These same dudes, they got people texting me talking about lay off them. But these same guys got my number. All they got to do is call me and apologize. It's done." How about that, Chris Walker?
Apologize for what?
Okay. What keep getting this verbal ass whooping every day then? Okay.
I mean, well, apologize for what? I don't get it.
Huh?
I mean, here's my thing. Okay. They're talking about
Chris. They went out of bounds, Chris.
Let me finish.
The man said, come on.
They're talking about Kwame Brown as a player. No. Kwame Brown is being nothing but personal.
But no, Chris, when Jeannie Buss says, I traded Kwame Brown and Vlade Divac to get Kobe Bryant. Okay. And you said, oh, you ain't trade but one person. You ain't trade. That ain't got nothing to do with basketball.
Hold on, man. You lost. Hatter, they just joking around, man. Oh, you ain't trade with one because the other dude couldn't play. Hatter, that doesn't give you. He's going nuclear. Kwame Brown's going nuclear. He's going mad personal. That wasn't personal. They were just saying he couldn't play. They're not allowed to say.
Chris, you're not hearing me. Chris, you didn't hear me. Jeannie Buss, a woman.
I heard that.
The owner.
Okay.
Said, check this out, y'all. I traded Kwame Brown to get Kobe. I had to do something to get Kobe. I had to trade two big men, Kwame Brown.
First of all, she didn't have nothing to do with that back then. But anyway, keep going.
Well, my dad, damn.
Thank you. She had nothing to do with that.
Okay, we had to trade. She's the owner, though.
Better.
She had to trade. No, you're trying to distort the point.
She had nothing to do
I know
with
you're trying to distort the point, but I'm gonna keep coming at your ass every time. I know what you're doing. She said something. She said something so key. She said, I had to trade Vlade Divac to get Kobe and Kwame Brown. And these two guys say, well, you ain't trade but one person. In other words, I'm not even a man.
Oh, stop. You're being ultra sensitive right now. You're being ultra sensitive.
What if that man was feeling like that? Okay, what if Kwame Brown was feeling like that?
But for him to go nuclear, the way he's going, attacking people's families, come on, man. He's out of bounds. He's out of bounds, Hatter. He's out of bounds.
Chris.
He's out of bounds.
Well, if you don't want shut your ass up then. If you don't want nobody to say nothing about you, shut up.
So people aren't allowed to comment and have.
Yes.
So people are not allowed to say that dude was terrible.
They're not allowed to. But they are allowed to. Hold up. What Jimmy always wait. There's consequences with your decision.
On a talk show, an opinion talk show.
Yes, he told. Hold up. He tore Stephen A. Smith and was about to get on Jemele Hill. Guess what she did this morning? She said, "Look here, man. I wasn't talking about you were being violent. I was quoting Game of Thrones. In other words, I ain't in there." I
saw what she said on Twitter, but my thing is he's making himself look like a clown. Tell him to bring his ass on the chop shop with that stuff. Watch what happens.
You go.
Ain't nobody cared about he got $100 million. He's out of bounds.
He never mentioned $100 million. He never mentioned it. I'm telling you. He just said he took care of his mama.
But Ye did because he's saying like, well, I played 13 years. I got $100 million. I'm not a bust. That's not what they're talking about. What they're saying is you couldn't play. So don't get mad because I say you weren't any good. I don't care if you made 13 million, 100 million. Doesn't matter. There's a lot of guys.
Well, guess what? You don't care if he made it, but he cares.
Okay, but that doesn't mean
he don't care if you hold up. He don't care if you don't care about him making 100 million.
Okay, but all I'm saying is he don't get to attack everybody just because they say he couldn't play.
He didn't attack everybody.
He's attacking those guys.
Hold up, Chris. People been talking about this guy for 20 years.
He's terrible. That's why.
I tell you what.
He was not good.
I tell you what. Do me a favor since you call him terrible. Go get me a highlight tape of your ass doing what he just did in the NBA. That's all I want to do.
See, there you go being personal.
No.
You got to be personal. No. I wasn't an NBA
Chris,
player.
I said you playing basketball-wise, right. Show me your highlight tape in the NBA like that.
I didn't play in the NBA.
So how can you call him terrible?
I'm allowed to have a comment, Cat. Okay. We're on an opinion show.
Okay.
I talk sports.
Well, I'm glad you're
say who's good and bad. I didn't say I was right, but I'm allowed to be like, yo, I don't think he's any good.
Chris, I understand. Chris, I respect your stance. Right. Trying to protect those guys.
I'm not trying to protect those guys.
I respect what okay. Your stance on they have an opinion.
Let me ask you a question, Adam. When I go recruit a kid and we go in and somebody asks me, do you think this kid can play? I'm like, for instance, when you ask me if I think a kid a pro, nah, man, he ain't no pro, man. That's ridiculous. That kid's terrible. Yeah. That's my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. I'm usually right, but that doesn't mean I'm right. So is that being mean, or is that that's just my opinion? And if most people agree with me, Let's say, hey, was Kwame Brown good or bad? It has nothing to do with how much money he made or whether he bought his mama house. The question was, hey, man, did you have enough money to buy your mom? Let me finish. The question wasn't, hey, do you have enough money to buy your mama house? That's not the question. The question is, hey, was this dude good in the NBA?
Keep talking, Chris. Keep talking. Keep talking.
No, you show.
No. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Hey, let's show some. No,
let's talk it. Let's keep talking.
You showing highlights. Let's show some of them low lights.
No, just keep talking. Why you talking about he can't play in the NBA? Just keep talking. I
didn't say he couldn't play. I just said he wasn't as good.
You said it was terrible. He can shoot free throws.
I didn't think he's very good at all. You listen, Hatter, a broke clock is right twice a day.
Chris.
That's good. Play the game. Hey, he played how many games?
I don't know.
He played in the NBA, the number one pick in the NBA, man.
All I'm trying to say, Chris, you can't say terrible, son. That's all. Chris, terrible.
That's my word. For the number one pick, the way his career, come on, man.
Okay, Chris, guess what? Watch me, Chris. I agree with you. Number one pick. Listen.
You finally got some
number
sense,
one pick. Yes. Talent.
Number one pick.
But guess what?
Let me think of
who was the number one pick? Who was the number one pick in this draft this year?
Cade Cunningham will be number one.
I'm talking about last year. Last year, Anthony. This year, Anthony Edwards, right? Is he living up? He living up to what he did?
I mean, it's year one. We'll see.
No.
I'm just saying. Plays for the Timberwolves. He's year one. It's year one. We will see. And guess what? If he's terrible, I'm gonna call him terrible too. So what I'm saying is,
13 years in the league,
dude. You know how many dudes played 13 years in the NBA that were absolute bums, and you're like, yo, how does this dude make it in the league that long? There's a lot of guys that played in the league a long time that sat on that bench and just got checks.
I got a question for you. I know you went to Villanova. Chris, what did you do when you left Villanova? When you first graduated? No, I'm asking you a question. I want to ask you a question. Where did you go?
What did Hatter do? What did Hatter do?
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. When you got out of college, where did you go? What did you do right after college? I'm just asking the question.
I was a coach in college at Loyola Marymount University.
Okay. So you didn't really go like to the summer leagues and play against some of these guys before, right? I'm just asking.
No, I was a coach. I became a coach.
Okay.
As soon as I got done.
Okay.
I didn't do like you and go to Bill Fitch with the long socks and the tight red shorts and get cut and go out there with Calvin
Chris,
Murphy.
Chris, you're making it personal, Chris.
Oh,
Chris.
my bad. Exactly. That's my point. Exactly.
Chris,
don't make it personal, man.
But Chris, hey, let me tell you, in all fairness, I love what you're saying. I like you to have that, because I don't want you to really agree with me. I like you to have that difference of opinion.
Here's the thing. People, even Jemele Hill backing down, because this dude's going to say some just ridiculous stuff.
No, she didn't back down.
They're allowed. I saw her comments.
She just clarified her comment.
Whatever. The bottom line is, dude, so everybody that says something negative about you, you're going to attack them? Homie, come on, homeboy. People are allowed to have an opinion. You were a bum. It's okay for them to say you're a bum.
No, it's
okay.
Chris, okay.
Hey, Hatter, let me ask you a question.
Okay, all right, okay.
Mitch McConnell, let me ask you a question, Hatter. Mitch McConnell's been in the Senate how many years?
Chris, I can't even tell you how long.
Is he terrible?
To me?
Thank you. That's my point. I just walked you down the rabbit hole. So you're saying this dude was in the NBA for 13 years. He can't be terrible?
But see,
yes, he can.
Excuse me. Mitch McConnell got voted in by some clowns. This man was this man was drafted by Michael Jordan, the greatest player in history.
One of the worst GMs that's been in the NBA. And plus, again, forget the word vote. People get to decide arbitrarily who gets to be in the NBA. So what I'm saying is, I told you before how I felt about NBA GMs. They terrible. Mm-hmm. So and again, when you're in the NBA, people keep hoping. You know, he was the first pick. Give him another shot. He was the first pick. Maybe the light's gonna get turned on. That light never came on, man. I'm sorry, it never became daylight.
But
it was always dark.
So the NBA is such a benevolent league. They love black men so much that the NBA, hold on, they love these black young men who at 5 years old told his mother, I'm going to buy you a house, and at 18 bought her one on the golf course. They love, what's my man, Donald Sterling. I do a lot for black people. I buy them houses. I buy them cars. I do a lot for black people. They love Kwame Brown so much. They allowed him, hold up, they let him stay in the NBA for 13 years. Come here, Kwame. Come on, Kwame, we love you. Come on, Kwame. No, it don't work like that, player. Don't work like that.
He might have been a good player 2 of them 13 years. It's potential. Them NBA guys, they sit around. Well, maybe this year is going to be the year. Then they lock you into a contract. Then guess what? You act the right way. They make you a journeyman. You end up being a good practice player. You don't ruffle no feathers. Dude, come on. There's dudes that stay in the league 13 years. They can't do that no more now. Like, you can't do that no more now. Those Kwame Browns, you ain't in the league for 13 years no more. It's different now. They do like they do in the football.
So,
in the NFL,
whoa.
They have to pay that.
What's the difference in now and then? What's the difference?
Because the players are a lot younger, and they get you up out of there. They got too many guys. They shifted in and out. They don't do it the same way.
So is that a smart thing to do?
No.
So it's a smart thing to do about the NBA doing? That's a smart thing?
Hey, man, I think
because
so.
You said
it gives more people opportunity.
Because you're saying the NBA are bums. The owners and everybody in the NBA is a bum. The owners.
I didn't say everybody in the NBA is a bum. Let me clarify my comments.
Okay.
I just don't think they make the wisest decisions. I'm around these guys, and I listen to them, and I know a lot of them that are in these positions, and I shake my head. I'm like, how the hell did you get this job?
I agree.
And you know what it is? 9 times out of 10, because they knew somebody.
I agree. I concur.
So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that, and I love for somebody to come on the feet. I hope you work in the NBA. Challenge me, because I'm not saying that you're not qualified, but I'm telling you one thing. There's a lot of people that know a whole hell of a lot more than some of them dudes.
They just ain't got the job. But such is life, Chris. Such is life.
I'm not disagreeing, but it doesn't make me wrong. Okay, such is life. So then I'm right then.
No, there's a whole lot of people in all areas.
I'm gonna be like my boys in DC. That's why they make a lot of terrible decisions. So just because he was in the NBA 13 years doesn't mean he wasn't terrible.
Oh, interesting.
Okay? Put that to rest. Now, how we get one of them WNBA 25 shirts? That's what I want to know. I can't see my comments. It's bothering when I can't see my comments. I can't
Chris,
see.
why don't you get on your phone, Chris?
Unlike you, I'm more affectionate to the Boom Boom Room. Unlike you,
Chris, because I'm producing a show. You just over there running your mouth.
Brown. You know what? Now that I think about it, you might have took my comments out, but that's what happened. No. That's why I can't see the comments.
No, I can't control that.
Brown to the Boom Boom Room.
I can't control that.
The Boom Boom Room. I embrace the Boom Boom Room. That's the difference between me and you.
Well, guess what you can do? Go to one of your other devices and tune in, and you can hear them talking. I done told you that 10 times. And if you want one of those shirts, you got to pay for it. You go to the WNBA site, that is movie said WNBA.com, and they will send you one overnight. Hey, hold up, man. Hey, man, hold up, man.
Yo, man, the King is back tonight, man. The King is back tonight, man.
Who?
The King is back tonight.
Yeah, he back. But you know what, Chris? What's going on with Louisville?
Whoa, why you go there? Because I've been waiting on that one. I've been waiting on that one.
Chris.
So you're telling me, and I know Dino Gaudio too.
Me too, I met him.
So you telling me.
Hold up, guess why I met him? Guess why I met him? When John Henson was playing North Carolina, they played against Wake Forest. Smith was his coach. He was a coach at Wake Forest. Smith was his player. Ishmael Smith, the guy who played last night. That's my story. That's how I met him.
You're telling me Chris Mack is the head coach at Louisville.
Okay.
He's buddies now. Bill Murray's son, I don't know, you know, Bill Murray's son was the assistant coach. He fired 2 coaches. He fired Dino Gaudio, and he fired Luke Murray, who's Bill Murray's son, the actor.
Oh, right? Bill Murray. Okay. Northwestern's Bill Murray.
Fired both of them. And they're his boys. So this would be like me firing you. That's what happened.
Right.
I fire you, and then you try to extort me. I said, you gonna fire me? Oh, okay. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell him all the other stuff you've been doing.
No.
What he should say is the stuff we've been doing.
I
mean, dude, that is so crazy.
In case people don't know, let me give them the headline, and then I'm gonna let you. They said after Louisville's latest scandal, it's time to put the men's basketball program in an NCAA-induced coma. How many embarrassing moments are too many for Louisville's men's basketball program? I mean, let me take people. Some people might not know about it. They said Louisville basketball and extortion plots. Seriously? This is the extent of the outlandish weirdness that the men's program wears like a wretch-inducing cheap cologne. Oh my good. Jimmy, Chris, they say Louisville is like a cheap cologne. Oh my God. For the second time in a dozen years, the Cardinals say they are victims of a bizarre blackmail scheme. Because if somebody was... Rick Pitino got blackmailed by this dude's wife.
Blackmail?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, he was good, but she's still black. I mean, you know. Yeah.
Whatever. I don't want to go there. I'm not going to go on Rick Pitino.
But how?
But keep going there.
Man, what is it about Louisville, man? First of all.
Well, it has nothing to do with Louisville. It's two friends that fell out with each other. That's what it came down to. Two friends fell out. And he tried to extort him. And he's upset that he lost his job. Probably embarrassed. Probably thinks his career is over. Because he was a guy on ESPN like Fran Fraschilla back in the day.
Yes.
Took that job with his boy.
He was good.
And look what happened.
He was good on TV too, Chris.
He's like, yo, man, there's no way that you're gonna ruin my career, and you're gonna keep you're gonna get to keep coaching, and I'm gonna sit over here on the sideline like I got a cancer on my lips or something, and people looking at me, and I can't get a job. You know what I'm saying? So it's two friends falling out, is what it is. It's two friends falling out. But I don't want to make it. I hate to say this.
Okay.
I hate to say it this way because somebody hit me with something on a text, and he radical, right? And he says, man, if this was a brother, actually a couple of people hit me in education. He said, if this was a brother, right, it without any doubt, it would be all over ESPN, Fox News, CNN, and everything else. This guy tries to extort the school when those guys that got in trouble, the four assistant coaches,
they didn't say nothing.
They made it seem like, oh my God. Now, federal charges have been brought against Dino Guardio, but the embarrassment that they put on put on the brothers, the embarrassment of picking them up in their homes, the airport, the way they handled it, and then obviously convicting them. And this stuff's still coming up today with this Brian Bowen. You know what's funny about this Brian Bowen thing?
Oh, yes.
Man, why are these scrubs? That's why I keep telling you. I tell every coach, I say, man, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you the best advice you can ever have in the world.
Okay.
Don't recruit scrubs.
Say that one more time.
Don't recruit scrubs. Don't recruit backup players.
Hold up. You're right on cue. Because the basketball guru is in the green room. They fixing up on his hair and his makeup right now. He got a jacket on.
When he come on, I'm going off. When he come on,
he got a jacket on today. I'm just trying to. Hey, y'all, is Jimmy ready? Is Jimmy? Y'all have? I'm asking my sisters. You got Jimmy ready yet? I think they got it. Hold on. I think they got it. Let me see. There he is, y'all.
All you do is brought on another dude I'm gonna disagree with.
Hey, hold on. Let me get him tuned in there. Jimmy, that makeup they put on you, I don't know what they did to it. They messing you around. There you go. Now, Chris, why you jump off the screen? He's scared.
Get on back up in there. Yeah. Let's get this thing popping.
Hey, man, he was just about to say something, Jim. He said, man, don't recruit scrubs. Jimmy, I ain't never heard you say nothing like that. I ain't never heard you say nothing like that. Chris said,
Hey.
don't recruit scrubs. I ain't never. Chris, I love it. I'm trying to bring him back in, y'all, right now. Chris Walker, what is you talking about?
Listen, man. Listen. And this is through experience.
Okay. Okay.
And Jimmy can attest to this. I'm gonna break it all the way down to the summer game.
Okay.
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 Because I was a victim of this. I'm
Okay.
not gonna say the people's names, but Jimmy know the names. Right? When you bring them money kids on, am I lying, Jimmy? The money kids. Everybody know what a money kid is. If you don't know what a money kid, Jimmy can explain the money kid to you. Everybody know who the money kid is. When you put the money kids on them teams, if you think that daddy don't think that kid's supposed to play, you out of your mind. Right?
Uh-huh.
That kid, that daddy put his money out there. He expects his kid to be on the floor. He don't care if the kid that he's replacing is a number 5 player in the country. He don't care. There's a price to bringing scrubs on the team. When you recruit for college, if you get that dude a jersey that say Duke on the front, I don't care if he was a number 200 recruit. What does he think when he got Duke on the front? He don't care about the name on the back. He's like, on the front, it say just Zion got Duke on the front. I got Duke on the front. He don't care what the name on the back is. Well, he'll say Williamson on the back. You'll say Williams, bro. Like, y'all ain't the same player. That ain't how parents think. That ain't how they think, man. Well, y'all on the same team. Y'all share the same airspace. Why can't y'all get the same usage or the same shots? People forget, man. Everybody, it's all about expectation. So you know what I tell you? Don't recruit scrubs, because a scrub don't never think he a scrub. Jimmy, does a mark always know he the mark? Does a pun know he the pun? Talk to him, Jimmy. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, you're talking about the situation over in Louisville, and if you're paying attention, I think somebody sent me one of the comments from one of the writers or the recruiting analysts in the amateur basketball sector, and of course it's a white guy, and his comment basically was protection, like, and I'm paraphrasing, like a guy. Matter of fact, I need to read it. I need to paraphrase this,
Okay.
and that way we can get this right. And here's what it went, how it went on yesterday. This tweet says, "Give me my money," turned out to be Fed charges, talking about a plan gone wrong. And that's kind of like protection. Because as Chris just said, if this was a black guy, if this was Andre McGee, then it would have been, what the hell was he thinking? Why the hell would he do that? The nerve of him. And it didn't. And now it's like, okay. And as you just said, they didn't come at 5:30 in the morning with the battle ram and with the guns drawn up and say, that's how they normally come when they get you in the morning at 5:30 in the morning. And this situation, for them to roll him out there like this, that means it ain't good. Then the lawyer comes back and say he said some things he shouldn't have said, or he didn't mean to say. So that means that has plea bargain written all over it when your own lawyer come out and said it on day one on his first presser. But guess what?
Jimmy, you act like they're going to court with this. It's a court case.
It's a federal case.
Fair charges.
You talking about Dino Gaudio?
Yes.
Okay.
Fair charges.
Okay.
It's a fair case.
And what is the charge? What is the charge?
Extortion.
Oh, okay. Keep going. Okay. So
that means somebody was taping him, right? And it was 2 or more people in the room. And so the thing is, understand this. Unless Louisville knows that all of the fingerprints have been wiped off the furniture of all of their recent wrongdoings, then okay, I can see you trying to pull this move. But if Louisville, if you are one iota of dirt is still laying around, if one crumb from the vanilla wafer is still laying somewhere between the couch, then y'all ass is in trouble. And the NCAA should not spare them a single inch of the rod. Because guess what? I'm saying, if he's that scorned, you can't be happy they done went and put the folks in your life. You can't be that happy. So who's to know what's the next move for him? Because you know what the feds do when they come with you with a case, right? You know how this stuff all started 5 years ago, right? They went and got one guy, and he was doing some other stuff with some Securities Exchange Commission fraud, and then all of a sudden they had no idea what was going on under the belly of the whale of college basketball. Well, they knew, but they wasn't concerned about it. They meaning the feds. And guess what happened? Took down 4 well-loved black assistant coaches, and a couple of head coaches are out of jobs now. But my thing is, who's to know? Remember, they came to him with the charges. And when if he goes and try to negotiate or plea bargain, know what they say? We can get this whole case off your ass if you give us some money. We ready to load the gun. If there's an FBI prosecutor, if that one of those agents is ready for a pay raise, is ready for a promotion, this might be the perfect time to open up another can of whoopers on this stuff. But it was kind of embarrassing for the government last time. It was kind of embarrassing. Well, especially for the NCAA, because they didn't do nothing.
They fumbled.
They fumbled on the 2-yard line on this whole thing. I spent all this money. We're gonna uncover this. This is gonna be massive. A lot of heads gonna roll. Man, this stuff. Stop all the money you spent on this stuff. But now you're back. Louisville is back on your desk. Talking about the feds. You got a guy with a case, and that's how guys get them cases off their ass.
You need to send some of them shirts down in Louisville you had on yesterday. You need to send some of them shirts. Jimmy had a shirt talking about something about the feds with it. What's the name of the shirt, Jimmy? Yeah, what?
Life in the Fed.
Life in the Fed. You need to send a boatload, and they Louisville colors. You can get some Louisville colors in there, Jimmy. I mean, I'm just saying.
That was Maryland colors. I need to send some to Maryland.
Oh yeah. Them two. No. They got too many. No, I don't want Maryland. I don't want y'all to do nothing to Maryland. I like the way Maryland's hierarchy is. But Jimmy, Chris Walker just sent me something. It's up to date. May 19th. Due to promote Nina King to the athletic director. Nina King,
last week.
She is the first person of color to be in that position. And the reason Chris, I'm glad you sent that to me, because as Women Rock wins, y'all look up Nina King. I'm gonna let y'all go as a breadcrumb. Y'all need to go look up, because Chris, they got this young lady who her name is Nicole Hannah-Jones. I've spoken on this young lady before on this show. Nicole Hannah-Jones. She is I'm looking up for the. She is the writer and the developer of the 1619 Project. You know, Chris, if you go to the New York Times, I want y'all to go Google the 1619 Project. And this is one of the critical. This what started the critical race theory, conservative move against everything. Well, she's taken. It's just so unbelievable, Jimmy. She was up for tenure at North Carolina University in the same conference as Duke. The chancellor, everybody had okayed her, and the congressman came and said, No, she can't. I don't like the 1619 Project talking about black people. They're talking about this, telling people too much about slavery. Y'all, it's some stuff going on out here in this world that they say it's a terrible decision by the board not to grant Nicole Hannah-Jones, look it up, tenure despite support from the chancellor, the dean, and the whole faculty. Everybody did or wanted this woman, and they shut it down, Jimmy. But that same board, gave $2.5 million to a Confederate group to erect some damn Federal statues. To Confederate. That same board that voted this woman out, and they don't want this. Why they don't want this taught in our schools? It's some opposition. I told y'all, whenever we own to something, it's opposition. It's an opposition to your mission. Hold up, I'm gonna put it like this: if ain't nobody opposing your mission probably ain't that heavy. If ain't nobody saying nothing about it, that probably when you got opposition, y'all look it up, y'all. It is unfreaking believable. This woman is hold up. This woman won a Pulitzer Prize for that writing. Google her. And they said, no. Hold up. They gave her a 5-year deal, Jimmy. Hold up. They gave her a 5-year deal so she can become a professor there. But not 10 year, because 10 year it's too powerful. I can't put this black woman with this kind of knowledge in that kind of position, and I can't never fire. Oh, hell no. This what's going on.
Do you know how many people get tenure in some of these schools, man? Like, it will blow your mind, the people they're allowed to get. I mean, I hate to always frame things in the terms of race. I got to get this young man on the show one day. I know Jimmy's had Jesse Washington on a bunch, and my boy over at the undefeated Jamal Murphy live here right here.
In bad man.
Yeah, he want to come on. Like, I talked to him yesterday because we doing that work. He said anytime we want him on, he'll come on. And we were talking about a bunch of different things, and it came back to us saying it again, man. Like, we it's hard for us. Our eyes had as I said before, when I'm watching, you know, the background you had the other day of the Ferrari, the Lambo, and the big house. It's hard for our eyes, man. I guarantee you, some people look at that screen, man, what hat over there fronting, man? I'm just telling you, Hatter. Yeah. Like, I'm telling you, it's hard for dudes to be like, this dude over here thinking like, that's just how we think. It's in our music. Listen to rap music.
Yeah.
It's always somebody hating on us.
Yeah.
And my thing is, where are the gate openers? Somebody open. You realize the lady this is what people don't understand. The person that lady replaced, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know he was the most powerful athletic director in the country?
Yes.
Kevin White?
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Whose son is Michael White, the head coach at Florida?
Yes.
His other son just got the AD job at Tennessee?
Yes.
And he probably got some more whites all over the place for all we know, doing some other stuff. If we start looking through his bill.
The whites.
The whites. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Legacy. So he left, and his legacy still sprayed out all over the NCAA. So I'm telling you right now, for that lady to get that spot,
she bad.
There's a whole lot of people championing from that. And I like to say that Mike Krzyzewski was one of them.
I hope so. I hope so.
I'd like to say that he was one of them.
And he had to be on board.
And I'm going to tell you again, like somebody told me, and this going to be, everybody going to laugh when I say this, and people may not believe this. They say, Chris, black people got a 3-year run right now. We got a 3-year run that we better do everything we can this 3 years. Look at how many black coaches in basketball got jobs, about 70%. You got black ADs, the AD at Duke, man. We ain't say in North Carolina A&T.
I don't think people understand that.
Said Duke, bro. Duke's a blue blood. Duke is one of those quasi Ivy League schools. Duke, you got your girl at Virginia. Think about this. Think about the 3 schools that have done this, and I'm ashamed I don't know their names. You got the young lady at Vanderbilt, female AD.
Virginia
academic schools now.
Yes.
Now Duke.
Charlottesville, Virginia.
Now Duke.
Yeah. Jimmy.
High academic institutions have been very progressive and hired African American women.
Well, we had a Cal State Fullerton until
she left.
She just left.
No, not Fullerton. Riverside.
Cal Riverside till she left.
Cal Riverside. But I'm saying this is what's been done at these levels. Man, Women Rock Wednesday, boy, we need to get one of them on the chop shop.
Got to, Chris. Chris, I'm gonna work on the Virginia. I got action at the Virginia. But Chris, you just mentioned something, Chris, about this 3-year window and we got to take advantage of this thing. I look at Terrence Johnson. I read this tweet the other day. Terrence Johnson was teaching sixth grade 6 years ago. He was elevated to Texas State basketball interim coach in September. He got COVID-19 when his team played in the league title, and now he's the Sun Belt Coach of the Year. And guess what? Chop Shot covered that all the way.
Absolutely.
Check this out, Jimmy. It's a great friend of Jimmy's. During the 2020-2021 hiring cycle, 9 of the 65 jobs were filled by black head coaches, 13.8%. People stood up and people spoke out. The result changed. This year, 54% of the opens 56 spots were filled by black coaches. 21 first-time head coaches. More than just a recruiter. These guys are more than just a recruiter. Chris Walker, we stood up and we spoke out, Chris.
But how?
You remember I said about power the other day. I ain't gonna go through my sermon, but Chris, power is so important. The power that we have when we spoke up.
But here's the thing, Hatter. I'll say this. And again, people may say, "Oh, shut up, Chris." Blah 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 blah. Just savor the moment, Chris. I'm gonna throw this at Jimmy.
Okay.
Why did George Floyd have to die for this to happen? Jimmy. So why weren't we fighting for it before? You got Black Lives Matters on shirts and stuff in courts. Why did George Floyd have to die for this to actually happen? Because to be honest, this is the genesis of all the George Floyd stuff.
Yeah, and it started, Chris, before Jimmy, Trayvon Martin started. Trayvon Martin triggered.
No. Well, this right.
At some point,
I said triggered
it. At some point,
hold on.
All those who are guilty will feel some sense of remorse at some point. And I think the George Floyd video, which was, videos, because it was multiple angles, it eliminated every excuse that they normally could throw at the equation. There was no shadow of doubt that what we all saw with our eyes wasn't distorted. So with George Floyd situation, and it was a compounding interest that was on a lot of loans that was out there outstanding in recent years from black folks as a result of the direct result of white police officers. So you're saying the police, what we really mean, and we just and it was tactfully done so it wouldn't make it all the way. But if people try to get, white police officers and their over abuse of their authority and disrespect for the policy when it comes to black civilians. That's the thing. So we saw that's what started to trickle down, because that means now, especially understand, George Floyd came in one of the most pivotal years in history. 2020 will always be, you can never tell the history of America without mentioning the year 2020, the pandemic, an election year, which a pivotal election year.
Yeah.
And George Floyd kept it out on May 26th. So all of that stuff, it just compounded, and that was the spark. And that guided them through.
And I agree with you, Jimmy. And Chris, and one of the reasons I want to parallel something. That video, George Floyd. But the thing that made the civil rights movement, the video that kind of jettisoned the civil rights movement, was when they were showing the people or spraying the water hoses on the people, on the women and kids, and the dogs biting the kid, Bloody Sunday. That video there, and they played it and they made sure Time Magazine and everybody was there they showed the sheriffs. They had video. Notice every time one of these sheriffs did something crazy, Bull Connor and that other one down there, somebody always filmed it because they wanted America to see exactly what happened. That jettisoned and helped with the civil rights movement. And this video right here with George, it was just, man, I mean, and you said we got a 3-year window?
3-year window, man. Yeah, I mean, dude, if you think about it, I'd be a head coach now. With what's going on with this thing right now. Like, it's crazy. Like, for me to think that half the jobs are filled by
unbelievable. 54%, Chris.
Bro, like in a million, like it makes sense to me how if 70% of the kids played are black. It makes sense to me, okay? But that hasn't always been the case. So don't tell me that social pressure doesn't work. Don't tell me that doesn't work. Don't tell me that critical race theory doesn't work if people just learn what was going on. And here's my thing. It's not even that the other cultures can learn, because it'd be more than just white people learning, by the way. It will be everybody learning, right?
Yeah.
So, but the black people still have to go through it. They got to learn it too, because guess what? They're not teaching it in the schools. And let's raise your hand, because then don't lie, because most of us ain't teaching it in our own home. So where are our kids learning it?
Yeah.
We're not learning it either. So we're actually going to be going through it with them.
Right.
There's some shame. There's some emotional toll that's going to go through that, but actually African Americans as well. When you're talking about critical race theory, it's not just for the other cultures. We're going to be like, man, they treat us like that. Whoa, I'm emotionally screwed up here right now. They actually did that to us. You know, they actually denied the guy who invented blood plasma. But that was a rumor, so I'm not going to even go there. But I don't even want people to talk. But my thing is, again, and you're talking about the NBA, and I got into it with. I actually talked with Jamal about this. I love y'all. Got to get Jamal on because he's good. And we actually touched on the Lakers and LeBron. It's like, LeBron does everything, but if LeBron really want to pull a rabbit out of the hat, tell Jeannie Buss to hire some African Americans in the front office, and then we'll talk about you, LeBron. Then we'll have because Clutch Sports ain't in the Lakers front office, even though y'all making all the decisions. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
They're not the front office.
That's right.
Now they de facto front office,
right? But
it's still not the front office,
right? So
my thing is we got to start getting some more executives in these positions, and I know we've talked about that to death, but again, Chris, Nina King. That's unbelievable. The athletic director at Duke, man, unbelievable.
Chris, speaking of, I remember you, Chris. I remember when you were in, when you moved to the Bay Area, and I was talking to some real estate agents. You remember I was trying to hook you up with some people out there to help you find a place. And we talking about back then, Chris. Let me show y'all something. This is real right now. In case y'all, so some people talk about, well, Robert, what you? Let me show you something. Show you some policies right now. This couple in San Francisco area, got a house. They had the house appraised. The house was appraised for $900,000, Chris. And some change, okay? Nice house, wasn't no mansion. It's a nice house, but we in San Francisco. Chris, after they put almost $500,000 in improvements, extra deck, a pool, they put $500,000 worth of improvements in their home. Check this out, Chris. It's happening in 2020 and 21. Chris, the appraisal came in and found, and the lady said, oh, hell no, this ain't right. So guess what they did? Because it's hard to do this, Chris, but they managed to do it. Get somebody to come out and appraise it again. Because I guess it takes a while for a different appraisal. Chris, guess what happened? She staged their house this time. They took down all their black art, took down everything that looks resemblant of being black. They took it down and staged it like it's a white. They got their white friend to come over and stage the house like it's hers. Put her pictures up and her. Chris, they reappraised the house at $500,000 more than they appraised it for the couple who actually own it. Chris, that's $500,000 that wealth that wouldn't have, if they wouldn't have been smart enough and wouldn't have been handed down to their next generation. Chris, it's unbelievable. And why do we have to work so hard? Why we got to restage our house to bring somebody else in to do that? But these are the things when people talk about, well, man, that don't affect me. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Yes. Hatter, there are people out there restaging their lives. Forget their house. They restaging their life, right? And some of it I understand is, hey man, it's situational intelligence. You know what I would call that? I call that situational intelligence. You're saying, hey, here's a system. I don't know if you guys told me about the Beverly Hillbillies. Was that you tell me about the Beverly Hillbillies where they had not Jethro and Ellie Mae, but Jethro's aunt was with them one day. And she was riding, and Jethro said, well, we can't do that. That's just not right. And she said, Jet, we didn't make the rules. We need to enjoy the game. We didn't make the rules.
Right.
So let's just enjoy the game.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So sometimes you got to use situational intelligence. You know what? Here are the rules. It's not right. We got to figure out a way around this to beat this system. And that's why I tell people, I don't know if they got Apple TV. They didn't watch that movie called The Banker.
Oh, yes.
By Samuel L. Jackson.
Awesome.
Oh, my God.
Awesome.
Everybody, that's a must. Watch The Banker on Apple TV.
Yes.
Samuel Jackson. What's the guy that played the Falcon?
The Falcon. Yeah. Bad man. I forgot his name. Oh.
He got about 10 movies on Netflix.
Yeah.
But you have to watch the way this country, that's what I'm saying. It's critical race theory. They don't want you to know that we couldn't get loans at the bank.
And
don't
Chris,
want you to know that.
And the reason I'm saying that, the reason I say stuff like that, if people don't understand, let me tell you something, black people. Most of the wealth of a lot of people, they build it through their home ownership. Or their insurance, they leave insurance. Home ownership. So if they appraising mine 500,000 less than y'all's, and we sitting in the night, we neighbors, they taking money out of little Robert's grandkids' mouth. My grandkids' mouth. That's why y'all don't understand. I mean, some people, well, Robert, it don't. Yes, it does matter. When you go in the bank,
it don't matter until it's happening to you. See, people look at other people's lives. Oh man, they're just complaining until it happens to you. Then all of a sudden, it's the worst thing.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what's up with them ball beaters, man? I know you got some ball beater news, man.
You got a ball beater news, Jimmy. Give me your story.
Ball beater
Jimmy,
news,
tell people to share the show and give us this breaking news.
Yeah, guys. Make sure. Shout out to all you people, all the guys over there.
Can we take a quick break, Jimmy? Can we take a quick break and then you come back?
No, 1 second.
Okay.
Give a shout out, of course, guys over on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up over there. Share the show right now, if you will. It is time. Share the show to your timelines, to your groups. You know, if you have a group that it's public, share the Chop Shop in some of your public groups, not the private ones. Share it if you want to talk about the Facebook crew. And you'll be surprised, you know, a lot of people can get some intel or just, you know, probably be enlightened by the conversations that take place on the Chop Shop. You guys want you to stay right there. We're right back. Got a lot of hoops to talk about, some NBA recaps from last night, previews of what we think is going to happen tonight, as well as some of that breaking news that you guys have been waiting on. Gonna drop that in your lap as well. 2 doses of it, as a matter of fact. Chop Shop, you guys hang right there. I'll be right back.
He tricked me. Yo, he tricked me.
The Cox Pradia Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW.
The police the same way. They put their club upside your head and then turn around and accuse you of attacking them. Every case of police brutality against a Negro follows the same pattern. They attack you, bust you all upside your mouth, and then take you to court and charge you with assault. What kind of democracy is that? What kind of freedom is that? What kind of social or political system is it when a black man has no voice in court, has nothing on his side other than what the white man chooses to give him? My brothers and sisters, we have to put a stop to this. And it will never be stopped until we stop it ourselves. They attack the victim. And then the criminal who attacked the victim accuses the victim of attacking him. Yes, sir. This is American justice. Yes, sir. That's right. This is American democracy. Yes, and those of you who are familiar with it know that in America, democracy is hypocrisy. Right. Now, if I'm wrong, put me in jail.
Reverend Martin Luther King.
Oh, I can't play that one. They'll cut us off. Chris, I see you talking on the phone, but let me get him off the screen. I got him off. I'll get it back. Jimmy, welcome back. It's Malcolm X's birthday today.
I'm
he would have been 96. He would have been 96 today, Jimmy. And I won. That last one I was about to play, I forgot. They flagged us the last time on that one, and I can't play that one. But I wanted to play another one before we get out of here. Let me bring Chris back in. But Jimmy, without further ado, what's going on, man? Talk to me, man.
Oh, man. Let's go. Of course, let's get right into it. Of course, in regards to the basketball, the NBA last night. I mean, I was rooting for the story.
Breaking news, Jimmy.
You know, in media, remember, it's the reason why the sports is always last in the newscast. In the media, you extend the breaking news out. You extend it out. That way people have to keep watching. That way they keep watching all the way to 10. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You extend it on out. Break it on down. Now,
y'all call me when the breaking news.
What you got for me?
They're gonna be all right.
Don't listen to that. Don't listen to Kwame. Don't listen to Kwame Hatter.
They gonna trust me. Now, come on. Of course, meanwhile, on to last night, Washington Wizards. They're not out of it. They lose though. They get hit upside the head, and of course, the Indiana Pacers without one of their best players, well, two of their best players, because Miles Turner is out. They opened up a can of whoopers last night. I know you guys probably, you couldn't. I tried to watch some of the game, but it was over before it even started, and that is the game between the Hornets and the Pacers. And then, of course, the Celtics, they pretty much saved the job of Brad Stevens. It appears they have with that convincing win over the Wizards. That secures Boston the 7th seed now. So Boston gets New Jersey first round. Now, do you think that Washington really was inspired about winning that game last night, or do you think that Washington may have just kind of half tanked?
Why would they tank?
Why would they take so they wouldn't get
so they wouldn't get Brooklyn first round?
But they got
so
the winner got Brooklyn
because the winner got Brooklyn.
Oh wow! So is that what everybody's getting on Ty Lue about on the other side?
Yes,
about the Clippers tanking.
Yeah, they just say he didn't win them last two games because he didn't want to play the Lakers.
Hold on, Hatter, say that again because I want you to say that loud.
The Lakers are good, man. They got the second best player in history on the team. Come on, they got LeBron James. Wait till I find that thing. Hold on. They got guess who they got on the team?
LeBron James.
Exactly. So, Jimmy, so you saying Russell Westbrook tanked? The triple-double machine tanked?
He looked like he was hurt. Like he looked like something was wrong. He looked like he played with the Rockets last night.
You know, in tanking, it's different ways, and you know that from being a career college coach.
Chris
there
ain't
are
never
different
tanked.
ways from which, but there's different ways. A tank can be going on, and you could be the last one to know it at the time.
The players can tank.
A tank could be going on. A tank is basically putting personnel on the floor that greatly degrades your chances of winnings, depletes your chances of winning the game.
All year. Like the Rockets been
No,
doing
like
all
the
year.
Clippers did, and they put a guy on the floor. He took more shot attempts in that last game, and he had done the whole year. Why are you taking all them shots? If you ain't getting ready to play off money.
He's trying to get a contract overseas, man.
That was senior night for the Clippers. You know how senior night had you know how senior night you let all the 12th graders play, they all start. That was senior night for the Clippers. That's what that was. In a pivotal game, they win, then they'll be waiting on the Lakers. They say, oh hell, if we win it, we just win it. But we're gonna let these other guys play. And that's kind of like, and you saw it with the Houston Rockets as well. But the thing is, when people tank, I just think I think it's maybe a time for another name. Because obviously the society
Ty Lue. No, when I look at this bracket,
society
I don't
isn't
blame Ty
accepting
Lue.
the word tank anymore.
Hold up.
It's time for another name. You got to call it something else.
I'm looking
at it like load management.
Chris, I ain't mad at Ty Lue. Ty Lue said, I'll go in the fourth position. I'm up in the bracket away from LeBron James. I don't want to be nowhere near LeBron James. I think I can beat Dallas. I think I can beat Utah. And I'm in the conference final. I'm not going down there messing with that dude. Hey, they can get mad at Ty Lue all they want. I call that season. I saw that season management. That's what I do. Season management.
If that Jimmy. Now let's do the reverse. If LeBron James and the Lakers had done that, what would they be saying, Jimmy?
Oh, they'd be lighting him up.
Tyronn Lue don't have the second best player in history on his time. The second best player in history don't have to do that. He LeBron James, and then he went and got Anthony Davis, and then he went and got Lil Ugly.
You know
That's Jimmy.
Jimmy, had to mute yourself. Jimmy, what else you got? Because Hatter just talking like a fanatic right now, and he promised me he wasn't a fanatic.
Who team? Who team I'm a fanatic?
Hatter. Kwame Hatter. I'm done talking to you, Kwame Hatter.
Kwame Brown.
Anyway,
hey, Kwame Brown said, yeah, boy, you don't want none of this, boy. Hey, when somebody said, boy, instead of boy, you don't want to mess with them. Come on, Jimmy, finish, man. Chris, you said Tyronn Lue tried to cheat. Tried to, what you say? What y'all call it? Tank. He was managing. Like in golf, you manage your way around the course. He was managing his way around the playoffs. I think he got a great draw, man.
So who does he have first?
He got to play Dallas and then the Utah, if Utah win. Dude, they can beat them clowns. And then bring on LeBron, because LeBron going to hurt his ankle. Anthony Davis, the wind blow by him. He going to be hurt by the time the conference finals go.
The same way they got hurt, you're right, the same way they got hurt last year and they won a championship. But go on, Jimmy, because Kwame keep talking.
Come on, Jim.
Yeah, no, I was looking at Brian Merritt. Shout out to Brian Merritt over on the East Coast, over at Morgan State. And he posed the question. He said, man, how can you explain how can you tank in college? Because I know how you can take in college. I just texted.
How can you take in college?
It happens a lot of times in college.
You ain't getting no draft position.
Well, no. Let me tell you exactly how you can take in college and why it benefits it. There's no benefit to taking college in the common fact as far as a team and incentive for getting a ball, but there's an incentive for some. If you're going into the last week of your season, your conference play, you're getting ready for the conference tournament, And you look at the thing and you're saying, well, hell, if we come in third or we come in fourth, we're on the same side of the bracket with them. Then some team, you're not tanking, but you're just gonna maybe play a little guy a couple of minutes. If you lose, then guess what? You get that sixth seed instead of that fifth seed, and that matters to some people. And once again, you're not tanking.
Chris ain't never did that though, Coach. Chris don't care.
Chris, have you guys ever been in a situation where you were going into the conference tournament?
No, because they always get their head tore off anyway. So every team he was coaching,
they don't make the conference tournament.
Hey, I'm Kwame. I'm Kwame Hatter, right? Chris, you're on mute, baby. Chris, you're on mute.
You can do it a couple of ways. You saying if you're in a one-bid league and you're like, yo, man, if we lose this game, we don't match up well against these dudes over here, which is what your boy Teron Lewis saying. Or we beat these dudes twice this year, even though we haven't beat any other teams. It's because some teams, it's all about matchups. If we come in this slot right here, we got a better chance of matching up with these dudes in the championship. And guess what? We beat them dudes twice. So we don't need to be over here where we playing them over here.
But that's not tanking.
Over there.
I don't consider that tanking.
That is tanking. That is tanking.
That's somebody put it. They said strategic positioning.
That's tanking. That's what I'm saying. I think maybe the word tank, it's probably time for a new name, a new word. Because what I said a while ago. Because
tank. What the Rockets doing is tanking.
But understand something. Everybody has an explanation for their reason. Everybody has a reason for their rhyme when it comes to the tanking. And that's what and everybody goes, well, man, it's not like, remember the Rockets at first? Remember what Stephen Silas said? He said he wasn't tanking at first. We ain't tanking. And guess what? He might have very well not have been tanking. But guess what was happening? People up top, the GM saying, we need to play these guys and audition their skills, showcase those younger players so we can use package as bait for all these draft picks we have in the first round over the next 4 years. And package stuff together. And it works because guess what? We have a kid that was competing that's competing for Rookie of the Year. He's probably one of the 3 finalists from the Houston Rockets.
Who?
Tate.
Don't say the Tate kid. Don't say the Tate kid.
Dude, he's one of the 3 finalists for Rookie of the Year. You better look at his numbers. Dude set records. Yeah.
He be a finalist all he wants, as long as his ass don't win.
No, but I'm saying but understand something. He did well in his minutes in his role. And he was playing early on. You know
what? In my defense, the kid could have been great. I didn't watch another second of the game when 13 left. So I don't know what he did. He could be the greatest thing since sliced bread.
And we have a high school coach that just posted in the Boom Boom Room and says it happens in high school too, as far as the tanking for seed. Let me tell you something. And you know what? 100% true. There were teams that Yates High School is in Class 4A, and there were some teams just in recent years, 2 years ago, that they had a tie and they basically wanted one team could have took the seed, and the higher seed would have been on the same side with Yates or whatever. And that team said, no. My third seed will play. Because they were saying in the stands, if we win, we avoid Yates. That's what they were saying. If we win, we avoid them. We rather get them at the end and all the marbles in San Antonio.
So if you win, you're tanking too? If you win?
No, he said he's losing. He said if we win, we avoid them.
If they would have took the seed, they would have took the seed, right? Then they would have been on the same side with Yates.
Okay.
So they could have just rested their player. They said, we'll play and take this other and play for this other seed. You have a tiebreaker, and we go to the other side.
Well, I ain't mad at Ty Lue. I'm telling you that right now. When I look at this bracket, I didn't look at the bracket at first. Ty Lue know what that. Yes, man. I got to play Luka and Porzingis, and then Utah instead of dealing with Phoenix and Portland. Or LeBron James. Hey man, that man there. Hey, Hey, I call him a genius. Y'all call him what you want. I call him a genius. What's the next?
Well,
what's the next topic?
Coached LeBron, so he
now,
coached LeBron, so he already know. So here's the thing, Jimmy. Think about this. You Tyronn Lue. You going to Paul Playoff P, George, right? And you're sitting there with Rajon Rondo and Kawhi Leonard. And you're saying, hey, guys, I want to avoid LeBron James, so let's lose. Come on, Jimmy. What is that? Like, seriously, I'm going to Steve Ballmer. I'm going to Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to Rondo, who just played with him. I'm going to Playoff P and Patrick Beverly. And I'm saying, guys, we don't want to play that guy. Let's lose so we can play him later. Come on, GC.
Hey, what's GC? I ain't where he don't want to talk. He don't want me because he know I know what I'm talking about over here. Let me tell you something. It's G1 classified. Everybody don't need to know that. Set your ass. P them. They've been sitting out all season any damn way. Let me sit Kawhi. Let me sit him. And man, come on, man. It's a way to do it. He ain't went to them. He don't have to. You don't have to, Chris. You don't have to.
You're telling me you don't think he had a conversation with them dudes?
Set your ass down on his bench. I'm the coach. And wait till daddy said get up. That would Tyronn.
They had a win. Think about it, Jimmy. They had a win because I'm not talking to Kwame right now. They had a winnable game, Jimmy. A winnable game. And they decided not to win, and it impacted seeding because they would have to play the Lakers. Come on, Jim. You don't think he had a conversation with them dudes, Jim? Yes or no?
He wouldn't have had to play the Lakers in the first round, Chris.
He trying to meet the Lakers.
He got out of the Lakers side of the bracket because he know the Lakers was in the losing bracket because they were down there and they were the losers down there.
They were injured, had her.
Hey,
now I'm not gonna let neither one of y'all. We go to the next topic before y'all just act like Jason Tatum didn't hit 50 points last night. We're not gonna act like he didn't score 50 in that game last night in an easy 50.
I agree.
I'm talking, it was like you saw some stuff he was doing out there.
17 out of 17 from the free throw line.
No, he nice. No, he real nice.
17 out of 17.
Nice. And especially with his side kick out.
Why didn't he get the ball out of his hand, Chris?
How you gonna take the ball out of his hand in the NBA? What you gonna do?
Why didn't they blitz him?
Blitz him?
He got into a zone. You know how it is. Once a guy get into a zone in the NBA.
One day had little bit ass. Them little bit of dude was trying to go. Russ, he even put them little dudes in the
ball over
rail.
his head like it was Alfalfa and Buckwheat. You remember? Alfalfa. When he just threw it over his head, he looked.
How's the way? Hey, like they do my boy. Hold up, excuse me. Like they do Stephen Curry, they put 4 dudes on him. Why didn't they do that, Mr. Chris? Wait a minute. What'd you say?
This
is the NBA.
4 dudes on Stephen Curry. Stop it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Keep on talking while I put it on the screen.
You know what?
Keep on talking while I put it on the screen. Come on, Jimmy.
Listen, you the king of the soundbite right now. Go on, Jimmy.
I mean, and of course now, Kemba Walker, he played the role of Robin very well last night. He showed up last night as well. Kemba Walker had 29 points in that win. So, I mean, that was a good show. Hell, even Carson Edwards got into the action and scored a bucket last night, which was cool. H-Town, Tascasita High School. Yeah, Carson got up in there, got in and got up. And
absolutely.
The thing about Carson, there's certain players in the game, they going to shoot it.
Oh, he's going to put
Carson going to shoot it. Now, of course, tonight, you mentioned a while ago about the action tonight and the Lakers, Golden State. That game headlines the games tonight. Only 2 of them, San Antonio and Memphis, is the other one. And man, San Antonio made the playoffs, man, despite LaMarcus Aldridge, despite all the guys getting, they still found a way to limp themselves into this situation. Memphis does have
keep talking. Just keep talking, Jimmy. Just keep talking.
Memphis,
I just want people to see something right quick. You keep talking, Jimmy. I ain't trying
what
to interrupt
happens
you.
If Memphis,
but Mr. Know-It-All over there, I'm just showing him.
If Memphis loses this game, I think a lot of people don't. What happens if Memphis, can they stand to lose this game at home?
The Memphis Grizzlies? I don't like the Grizzlies at all. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a big Ja Morant fan. Y'all a big Ja Morant fan?
I like
him.
him.
Ja Morant fan.
I like him.
Always hurt.
I like him.
Always hurt. I don't like players that always hurt, man.
I like it. But Chris, I'm glad you didn't comment on what I just put on the screen, but it's okay.
That might have been
it.
the end of the game with 1 second on the clock. Because you're a soundbite dude. You're a soundbite dude.
No, I'm a fact dude. I just show you fact. I just show you fact.
We'll talk about the Lakers series in a minute. We're talking about Memphis.
But Ja Morant, they were daring Ja Morant to even hit a shot the other night.
I'm telling you, they don't even play him.
Yeah.
They back up off of him. I just don't like the Memphis Grizzlies roster. I like Valanciunas, good player. Kyle Anderson,
and they don't like you either.
I don't like anybody on nothing. Ja Morant is the one guy that's supposed to be a star. He's just not a star to me. I like him. He's exciting.
Chris,
what do you like? What's a star? Who's a star to you?
Chris,
to LeBron James. Who's a star?
Oh no! First of all, we talking about Memphis now. That ain't nothing to do with LeBron James. We're talking about Memphis right now. Memphis has no business losing this game tonight. Everything is set up for them to win this game against San Antonio. They have, first of all, you think about they have somebody that's back into the equation that they hadn't had pretty much all season, and that's Justice Winslow. And he played the other night. And in case you didn't know it, 25 and 13. He's been out for almost 2 years. 25 and 13. Then they sit him in the last game.
You set him up right now.
No, they won that game. They said they lost the game against Golden State the last game. He didn't play that game. It was back to back. It was back to back. The game he played was the game before that. When him and De'Aaron Fox went against each other, when De'Aaron Fox was out, of course, in that Sacramento game. But they played Sacramento and won. And that's when Justice remember, he'd been out with his shoulder, man. And re-aggravated it. But I'm saying that gives them another player to go and take pressure off.
I like Ja Morant. I'm not gonna let this guy hit. I like Ja Morant. He just. I mean, a second-year kid, second-year guy. Got his people. Got his team in the playoffs. I mean,
who would you rather have, Jimmy? Would you rather have LaMelo Ball or Ja Morant?
I'd rather have Ja. Understand.
I like Melo now.
The reason being, I'm saying Ja is probably a little bit more mature.
Yeah. But
and Melo Ball is, he's awfully. He got a chance to be really, really special in this league.
When Ja Morant get a confidence in his outside shot, and he's knocking it down.
He in the pros. He ain't got no confidence. He in the pros. He don't have confidence in his shot.
But everybody's not good. Magic Johnson had to work himself. He couldn't shoot it first. Jason Kidd couldn't shoot it first.
2 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He on the way. Shit, he was a top pick. He on the way. He got picked just as high as they did.
Kwame Brown was on the way too. Leave it up to you. Talk about what you saying. Kwame Brown was on the way. He was a number 1
No,
pick.
he's not a bum like you said. See, all of you guys that call people a bum. I'm like Kwame. I'm gonna quote it Kwame again. How can I be a bum? At 5 years old, I told my mom I was gonna buy a house. At 18,
man, what are you talking about,
Jimmy, at 18, I put on a golf course. How many of you guys done put your mama on a golf course? And guess what? And he called me a bum? Now, I might not been no great player. And you know what I love about him, Jimmy? This is what got me about Kwame. Kwame said, look here. In that game, Kobe scored 81. Wait a minute. Me and Kobe had 82 that game. He said, me and Kobe had 82 together that game. The game Kobe hit, he said, did y'all see all of them picks I set for him? And I promise you, I went back and saw the thing. Man, the man said pick after pick. So set the pick.
Yeah, he was the most expensive pick setting dude I ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he was.
It's okay, Chris. I thought everybody couldn't be a star.
Yo, man. Listen, Jimmy, go on.
Jimmy, come on, Jimmy. Jimmy, come on. Jimmy,
Kwame Hatter, man.
Jimmy.
Kwame Hatter is your new name. Kwame Hatter.
Kwame Hatter. That's my name.
Now, of course, going into the mailbag in a minute, and of course, we're gonna give you some of that breaking news that was promised to you. And meanwhile, Chris, trying to think something that we missed on. Let me give you the first piece of the breaking news.
Let me put something up there for Chris.
The first piece of breaking news I give you guys now. I told you we have 2 shots. One is the gym in Atascocita, right? The gym there wasn't there was a soft verbal commitment for it to change hands, ownership, and the group that was buying the gym was spearheaded by Steve Francis, former Houston Rocket, was buying the gym in Atascocita. So that would have been another black-owned facility with multiple courts, a private facility located in Houston. That's over in Northeast Harris County. Well, just in the last yesterday was the deadline for the financials, and the very last deadline. That's why we told me to push it to Wednesday.
I got you.
Before saying that way they could have met the deadline.
Okay.
And Steve Francis and his group, they did not come through with fulfill the commitment to purchase the gym. Okay. So that was not just the gym. There's like 10 to 15 more acres behind it that comes with it, and that whole office complex. And there's other
warehouse complex too. The warehouse complex,
all of that come with it. He owns all of that.
Okay.
Yeah, Jerry Levy, who came at him on there a couple of times, and he says that he'll come in and once this stuff give it a few days, a week or so. Then that way he said he'll come and air it all out and give you guys how it went down. He thought it was going through, and but it didn't go through. And so
like that happen all the time, Jim.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it was already going to be sold the week before everything shut down. Remember the spring icebreaker? Remember that's the week the pandemic shut down. That was a buyer back then that was coming to plan to do a walkthrough. You do an open house. He was coming to do a walkthrough while the icebreaker was going on in 2020. But the icebreaker got canceled. The whole city shut down, and that delayed everything to a year later. So, but anyway, Steve Francis, of course, and he has his league that is taking place, I think at Fallbrook Church, and he's dumped a boatload of money into that league, like a semi-pro league that these guys going on. So that was one piece of the news that I wanted to have for you guys, because I was really prolonging, hoping it would
get done. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, Steve. I mean, you have to realize. I mean, that would have been a big move. Now, also, we got
wonder why he backed out of the move.
Well, he didn't back out. One of his, like say, if we go to do a deal, Hatter, and we all say we're gonna buy something for $1, right, and you got your 50 cent. Me and Chris supposed to come with a quarter, right? Yeah. But Chris got his quarter, but I ain't got but 15 cents now. I had a quarter probably when I talked to you, but now something happened and my money ain't right. So we ain't got our $1. And you tapped out from you can't go and add your 10, 15 more cents to yours. You committed all you can commit for us in your budget. And that's kind of like how deals go.
I'm gonna show you creative finance. Should have did like Timothy Fertitta. He was $285 million short. They're buying the Rockets, right? Guess what? Les Alexander said, "Look here, man. I know you ain't got enough money. I know you're buying it from me, but I'm gonna loan you the $285 million to buy it from me." But I guess Jerry is not Timothy Fertitta. I mean, not Les Alexander. But they call it creative financing. Because usually, Jimmy, if you don't have enough money, they just back up out of that and say, "Hey, all right." But what's his name? They had such a great relationship, and that relationship was fostered through your guy, Jimmy. You call Raphael Stone. He said, "I'm gonna lend you. I know you ain't got enough money to buy this team. I'm gonna lend you $285 million. Now you got to pay this $285, and then right after that happened, the damn pandemic come. Unbelievable. But I'm glad Steve thought about it, and I wish he had the means to do it, because that would have been a good move. And he got a league. He had a league. The league that could have been the hub of the league.
Yeah. Because a lot of people may not know.
I don't know if that's a good location, though.
No. Let me
it's
say
near the
something.
airport.
No,
yes, it is.
Chris, let me tell you something. A lot of people may not have never. I'm one of the very few that's actually witnessed a college basketball game at the gym. That red and white court on the left side. Next time you go, if you pay attention, that's a court. One regulation 94 feet court going the long way. They always play sideways and call it a red and white court. But that court is a college facility. They've had games there, tournament there, back about maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago in that facility. So yes, that side, it has the pro lines on it and everything.
Yeah, but I didn't want Chris talking about. Chris don't like the location.
Yeah, the location I'm talking about, not the gym. I like the gym. I'm talking about the location.
It's pretty convenient.
I'm not crazy about the location, parking, that turn you got to make.
Oh, the parking is terrible. But you got all of that room, though. Why ain't they never developed the other areas as parking areas?
That's what he's
saying.
But
they got they merged the deal with next door, so they have now it's not like people have to park across the street in that park like they used to do. They have enough parking, and they got parking in the back. Been out there in 3 years. They made a parking lot when they built the fourth court. They've added about another parking lot in the back that gets about 50, 60 cars back there. Then they work the deal to lease the spot of the business adjacent to the gym and use that lot as well. So it's normally it taps out pretty even with pretty good. But yeah, I mean, every location in Houston has its flaws. Every one of those more. That's the thing about it when it comes to like Greater Houston and our private multi-court facilities versus in comparison with DFW. They are far better than Houston with their multiple court facilities than we are. They are. It's just, I mean,
they don't have a lot of
parking
there unless they got some new parking at that facility.
Which one? Dallas?
Which one?
Parking there.
Yeah, their parking is horrible as well at the Drive Nation.
It's absolutely horrible.
Oh,
but it's a trade-off.
Oh my God.
It's worse. And now you know what? You can't even park on the side of the grass anymore down the street.
They told me that.
Yeah. So that means you really stuck out.
Where do you park at then?
So you got to move over there?
I mean, that's what I did last time I was there. I knew it already. I wasn't gonna get into, but it was luckily it wasn't that many cars that was up and down that road like back in one of those live periods.
I knew they were
going. You know what they should do, Jimmy? They should
valet parking. Valet parking is the solution. I told you guys that 5 years ago. I've been planning valet parking for a live event, and then all of a sudden the GMI it kind of took a dip, but that was the plan. The valet parking, because now a college coach can be running late for a game. He pulls up and worry about getting a parking spot. He don't have to worry about talking to anybody, walking to the front door. He could put up the valet parking and he gets out and you get those. Understand? I actually talked to the valet, to different crews I went and scouted to do the business with. I went to the same guys that work the club. Remember, the club is nighttime. That same crew, they're woke. They're ready for work in that morning to do a gym. And because you're done by 7, 8 o'clock, they don't get to the club and start valeting until 10 o'clock at night. They're ready. I'm telling you, I was gonna have it popping at that event, and still may do it for the icebreaker next year at one of the sites, just for the hell of it, just to flap your wings in it. But and I'm reading some of the comments.
Chris can't read the comments. Chris can't read the comments. They talking about him.
I think they talk about me. What they say?
No, they ain't saying about you. No.
Hey Jimmy, what about them Lakers? Though we can't glance. Or you want to read some of the comments, or we gonna talk about them Lakers?
No, we can talk about the Lakers.
Well, the Lakers, of course, played tonight against the Golden State Warriors. And remind you,
they're gonna beat the hell out of
whoever loses this game is not out of the playoffs.
No.
Whoever wins the game automatically gets the 7th seed. And that means they will play the Phoenix Suns. So the winner of this game, their prize is the Phoenix Suns. The loser of this game must play again the winner of Memphis and San Antonio. And then the winner of that game will get the Utah Jazz. So I'm thinking that as far as a plane ride, it's a shorter plane ride to Phoenix, but it's not a whole lot different, but Phoenix is a much shorter plane ride. I don't know the win-loss record between both of those teams this season.
What side is the Clippers on? So if the Lakers are the 7th seed or the 8th seed, what side is the Clippers on? Because the Lakers
the Clippers on the side with the 8th seed. The Clippers are the 4th seed. They're on the side with the 1st seed.
Jimmy,
so
I'll put it 1 and 8,
4 and 5.
So they need to be in the 7th seed. They need to
Jim,
win tonight.
hold up, I
So
got
the
it.
Lakers
Oh,
need to
Jimmy,
win
I'll
it.
put it back up.
I don't think the Lakers really care.
Hold up, Jim. Hold up. Now,
I really don't think they care.
Hold up.
I really believe that
The
they
Lakers
don't.
okay. If the Lakers win tonight, Chris, the Lakers are going to play Phoenix. All right? The Lakers win tonight. They play the winner of the game tonight plays Phoenix. All right? The loser of the game tonight, and the loser of the game get to play Memphis or San Antonio. That winner plays against Utah at the top of the bracket. You got it?
But what side is the Clippers on, though?
The Clippers is on Utah side. You wasn't listening to me.
Oh, you finished going. Keep going. My bad.
Utah played. It's the Clippers. The Clippers going to play against Dallas in the first round. That's 4 versus 5.
Right.
The winner of that game played the Utah winner, whoever Utah wins. So that's why I said the Clippers, all they got to go through is Dallas and Utah. They ain't got to mess with Denver, Portland, Phoenix, and the Lakers.
Unless the Lakers are the 8th seed and they beat Utah, then the Clippers got to play them in the second round.
Oh, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yes, you're right. Now, if the Lakers
You know
lose
what I'm
tonight and then go beat the Memphis, I guess Memphis might be San Antonio, beat Memphis, then they play Utah. Then they back on that side of the bracket.
They back
so
on
guess
that
what?
side.
So the Lakers, if they want some of the Clippers, the Lakers can make it happen.
So that's what Stephen A was saying. Why would the Clippers just win? Because it ain't like the Lakers are gonna lay down, Jimmy. So why didn't the Clippers just win? Why would they just lay down?
The
like
Lakers
that?
ain't gonna lay down. You just said the Lakers ain't.
No, dude, you just said they would be on the same. They would be on a different side had they won. They would have played the Lakers in the first round.
They
would play the Lakers in the second round.
I'm talking about right now. Forget if they won. I'm talking about right now. If the Lakers lose, if the Lakers want to play the Clippers so bad, Chris, just listen. If they want some of the Clippers, guess how they can get them right now. Forget all that other stuff.
Lose tonight.
Lose tonight.
They're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not gonna do that.
Well, they don't want.
What I'm saying
they don't
is,
want the
what
Clippers.
I'm saying
Then
is, if the Clippers had won, they would be in 3rd place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Jimmy. So who would they be playing?
I'm gonna show you.
They
would be in Denver's spot. Hold up. They would be where Denver is, down in the Lakers bracket. You got it? Or do I need to put it on the screen for you so you can see it?
Bottom line is the Clippers are some pansies, but keep.
But if LeBron can.
Hey Jimmy, what else you got, Jim? Hey Jimmy, you never talked about that money kid for the summer people, that money kid situation that don't recruit scrubs. That them scrubs always think that they're gonna end up being, replacing. You know where I'm going with the money kid, or the people that think that, oh, I'm on the same team as this dude right here. Well, I should be playing ahead of him, when they knew the story before it got started. They knew the story before we told it, but yet when it got going, they realized, oh wow, why is my son not getting this? Well, hold on, man. You knew you were gonna be the 8th dude before we started this thing. Why all of a sudden now you acting like your son should be the 3rd dude? Right or wrong? You tell me if I'm right or wrong. Dude.
I mean that happens a lot. I mean, just that it's just so much deception that goes on in grassroots basketball, not just limited to that in amateur basketball, especially. You being a college coach, my thing is, why do y'all lie to these kids so damn much and lead them on? And it could stop right then. I mean, it really could. And that's the whole thing. Saying don't recruit scrubs, but then y'all go in as college coaches, go and tell these scrubs and make them think that they way better than they are. Instead of just letting them know, hey man, look, you know what? I like you, little cat. I got my little buddy. He down at UT. I mean, at Texas, West Texas State. You know what? Good people, man. I'm gonna hook you up with him. He gonna give you a call. That's all it takes. Them kids still love y'all the same. But no, know what you tell them? You look at them kids. Remember cartoons. Remember on cartoons when that chicken hawk would look at the dog, at the cat, and his eyes turn into a ham. It's like whoop whoop, and that's what y'all do. Y'all look at those kids. Every kid is a $300 camp. That's what y'all look at. So that's why y'all tell them. That's why y'all tell those kids, hey, we want to get you on the campus. Hey man, you good, man. I like that shot. We'll get you to the camp, man. Some work on that shot and tell you some kids. $300, ching. Then you bring his buddy $300, ching. And then those kids say, we going to the camp. You get to camp, you high-five him, clap 5 times, look, and don't let him have a mama that look good in them Lulus. Don't let, Lord, lo and behold, don't let that happen. He might
everybody
get a cup.
Everybody not cookie monsters like Hatter.
What did I got to do with this? Keep going, Jimmy. Keep talking, Jimmy. I ain't no coach. I ain't know what are you talking about. Keep going, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. I mean, so the thing is, the deception, and it just trickles on down. And you saying, why did that money kid on that 17-year on that grassroots team? That money kid has been led to believe, in some cases, that he's equal, that he's really has no favor. Now, I really believe, because I've talked to a couple of them along the way after the fact. They know it, but they didn't know it at the time. They pick up on things, kind of like you notice certain things that because your dad the dad will give you the car and you got to go take him out, take little Johnny out, go hang out with him. Guess what? They'll make a room, one of the bedrooms in the mansion will go to little Johnny. He get to stay over there on the weekends. And you, at some point in time, you get to a kid that's 17 years old. You figure it out that guess what? Your job is to take care of him. Your job, you getting these favors. The chicks are liking you too because of him. And that's what you are. You're the chauffeur. So the thing is, a lot of people are not willing to tell the truth. They are so afraid to hurt people's feelings in this whole stuff. No, not the morning after when it's actually going on. Kristen had a couple of them hub buckets on this team before.
Stop, Chris. Stop, Jimmy. Don't call
you. You had a couple of them. I ain't gonna say the name. I'm just saying. But you've had a couple of them, and you know what happens?
Chris Walker.
You had a couple. You've had more than one. You've had more than one.
Chris Walker.
Straight hub buckets. You remember back then? You get in the car first thing you do, got to roll the window down like that. Yeah, bucket.
Not Chris Walker. Hold up. The Dream Killer. He cannot have a guy that can't play on this team.
One dude ever in my life.
What? Lululemon? What is a Lululemon situation?
I'm not gonna say who it is.
Okay. No, I just said, was it a Lululemon? Ever. Was it a Lululemon?
No. His mom wasn't no Lulu. His mom was a ooh. She wasn't a Lulu. She was ooh.
Chris, come on, baby.
Ooh. Okay. No.
Okay. No.
I didn't believe in that. I didn't believe in
that. Yeah, okay. That's right. You're right. That's right. You're a man.
That's why I was asking you for money and you left me hanging when you started your own program. Jimmy, let me tell you what Hatter did. I got him. We was at Jack Yates High School. Okay. I had the T-Mac All-Stars. Rodden Tracy McGrady didn't give me a dime. I got the T-Mac All-Stars. I got, you see, he won't come on that screen. I got Robert Hatter and Hall of Famer Charles Woodson in the gym. Look at him about to run. I got them both in the gym. Trying to help these kids. And Hatter, you know what Hatter did? He went and put some money and started a wine company or something. They building vineyards. They didn't want to help them kids, Jimmy. How to know what I'm talking about? Had them both.
Hey man, if y'all believe him,
he didn't give me one quarter. He didn't give me one penny.
If y'all believe him, I got some beachfront property in 5th Ward that I want to sell y'all.
And then I leave town, Jimmy, and they start up the franchise All-Stars. Oh my goodness.
No, and Chris, let me tell you something. Chris,
they was running me out of town, Jimmy, the whole time.
Hey,
I
Jimmy,
didn't realize it.
Jimmy, what you call Jimmy? What you said, Jimmy? Sometimes it's just timing. Just timing. I didn't do him like that, Barry. Chris never gave me a business plan. Y'all can talk about what y'all want all you want
right
to.
Are you serious right now?
Hold up. You know how Chris came like the hood. Hey, man, now? I need this. No. Terrell Henderson, Did you
really just say that?
He came with a business plan. He had a business plan.
Did you really just say that?
Yes, he did.
So did Bernie Madoff. He came with a business plan too.
Hey man, I can't stand you. I can't stand. And David Salinas too.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, they had a business plan. But hey, y'all. Yes. But hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, Chris, quit lying to these people.
I'm not lying to these people. Did we not have you in charge?
No, we did never have a conversation when Chris Walker said,
Hold up, Adam. Was Charles Woodson in the gym?
Yes, Charles was in the gym.
Thank you. That's all.
Yes, he was in the gym. Absolutely. Because he was, hold up, y'all.
And then all the money went to Ray Turner and John Henson and Rasheed Sullivan and Robert Hatter Jr. and Damian Dotson, and the list goes on. That's what he did, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
No, don't forget now. Don't forget.
Pete.
One of them kids you just mentioned had a high school coach who was involved in that too. Some of that money went to him too.
Who? Which
Once again, one of them kids had a high school coach that was involved. That was part of the entourage, and he was involved too. He got to had to break him off too now.
Who? Stephen Woods?
Who was the most recruitable kid on that team?
John Henson.
John Henson. Oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, it's all it's all fair and love and war.
I'm all good with it. I just noticed I was on the short end of the stick. That's all.
No, you wasn't on no short end of the stick, Chris. Chris, let me tell you something. Chris, your timing was bad. That's all.
Yeah.
Your timing was bad. You'd have called me.
Jimmy.
See, hold up, Chris. When you saw me, little Robert was a June bug. By the time he got to me, he was in the 8th grade. See, you called me.
I don't fool with them ball beaters.
Yeah, you don't mess with no, I didn't want no control. I ain't never. I asked. Go back and ask Coach Henderson. All I did, Stacey Henderson, Stacey Houston. I said, man, tell me who want to fly, who you want to fly. Give me the information, and have them at the airport. I got it. That's all. That's all I said. You need a gym to practice? We got it. That's all you have to do in that situation, man.
So why didn't that work for the T-Mac All-Stars? I'm just curious.
Because I didn't. My son was in the 7th grade then.
Oh, so
it was all
Jimmy,
predicated on little Robert.
So what you see, Jimmy, see how it all starts? It all starts when they got a kid in the situation.
Yeah, I do. Come on, man. Do you think I'm gonna give that kind of money every year?
But I only asked you for a couple of dollars. You didn't give me a couple of dollars, Jimmy. I asked him.
I did give you something. I bought you something. I know I did something for you,
Jimmy. Because remember back then, everybody went on buddy passes. I asked him for about 3 buddy passes, Jimmy. I couldn't get.
Say, that's right. Didn't franchise leave all them kids in the airport?
No. Not when I was over the prank. When I was dealing with the program.
Y'all get ugly now. Y'all get ugly.
No, but that was after. That's the offshoot franchise. I don't know what that was. The franchise with we were the franchise with a Z. That might have been a franchise with an S.
No, it just might have been after you was gone, but damn sure happened.
Oh, we never. Hey, Jim, hey, Chris, and we always went to eat with what y'all said. We ate with forks when we was on the road. We didn't eat. We didn't have them sandwiches.
You didn't eat with your hands?
You ate with forks when you mess with franchise. Hold up, D'Angelo. Hold on, don't leave D'Angelo Harrison out.
D'Angelo Harrison.
Had a great time.
Had some dudes.
Had a great time.
Yeah.
Hey, that really was a fun time.
Best team money could buy. Best team money could buy. Y'all had some dudes. Jimmy, they bought them all, Jim. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get in that game. I had to fight Hal Paston by myself. Hatter wouldn't help me. He wouldn't help me back then.
Hey, Jimmy. I remember trying to get I was trying to get the franchise on Hal. I think what's that? What's that thing that Hal Paston do? That's real big. What's that in March? What's the thing he used, the big tournament?
Kingwood Classic.
The Kingwood Classic. I remember I said, man.
That was in April.
Okay, April. Okay. So I was trying, I'll never forget, I was trying to get them on the main floor and they couldn't guarantee me. I said, oh, okay, we'll go somewhere else. See, parents, that's what y'all got to do. When folks won't listen, parents, folks don't. So guess what we did? We went out to what's that thing out there in the desert? They treated us like kings. In Phoenix, what's the duel in the desert, Jimmy? What would they call it?
That was in Arizona.
Yeah.
That was
I
Arizona.
pull a plug. I put a plug to get y'all up in that
Yeah,
thing.
they treated us like, dude,
That was
royalty
a
out
great
there.
tournament.
That's why the NCAA shut that shit
They
down.
shut
It was
that
too,
down.
that was that
Fed
they
me,
shut
was a
that
great
down.
tournament.
Yeah.
That was too much like right, that event.
I
The way
love
they
that
had it set
event,
up.
man.
Too much like right. Too much like right. Nobody, you had to be invite only. I mean, really,
Yeah.
I got to think back and talk to Jeff
They
Snyder.
fed
Find out
you.
what was,
They
drove
fed
you.
you? Yes. They
They
fed you?
drove you.
they fed
you.
everybody.
Everybody.
They fed everybody. And then
that was a really good
they had
event.
different restaurants would come out and redo the hospitality room.
Yes, sir.
Like every 4 hours
Dude.
would be a
No, they
different
did it
restaurant.
right. You know
would
who
come
did
in.
that tournament? Jeff Snyder did that tournament.
I just said I'm
Who
gonna
is
talk to Jeff
I
Snyder.
don't even know him.
Jeff Snyder.
Jeff Snyder does the tournament that the Houston Defenders went to a couple of weeks ago over in South Carolina.
Thank you,
Jeff
Jeff.
Snyder's been around for a long time.
I know. My bad. Thank you, Jeff, because Jeff took care of us out there. I can't tell y'all no lie. I didn't know. Listen to me. I didn't know who it was. I just, hey, you don't treat me right, I'm going somewhere else.
Man, I did that to Adidas. I went to Vegas. I said, listen, man. I said, I got to play on this floor. Actually, I think I did it to Adidas or maybe Adidas or Under Armour. And they didn't put me on the floor that I wanted. During that tournament, I went over and played with Gary Charles. I said, I'm going over here.
Hey, man, that was some of the fun. Man, I'm glad you made me think about that, man. Those were,
because
man.
you dissed your boy.
I didn't diss you, Chris. Chris, I didn't really know you that good then. Chris, I didn't really know you that good. It's about relationships.
You're right. I didn't know you that good, but you had the Hall of Fame in the gym though. But I didn't know you that good.
But he was in there with me. He went in there to see you.
Okay, my bad. Hey, Jimmy, he was just a Yates, Jimmy, the old Yates, Jimmy, not the new Yates, the old Yates. You know what I'm saying? In the girls' gym too. Jimmy.
But guess what? Look what you did, Chris. Hold up, hey Jimmy, help me with this one, Jimmy.
Oh my God.
Jimmy, help me with this one. The reason I had to help so much, because he wouldn't leave the Adidas deal with my guys. Jimmy, talk about that one, Jimmy.
We just talked
Jimmy,
about
you
that
froze up
day.
on the screen. You know what the hell I'm talking about.
No. He didn't leave the Adidas deal with your guy because I mean now, and Chris can only explain that he's right there, but it wasn't your guy took for granted that he was just going to hand it over to him. And that's not how business worked because Chris got his deal through one of his old colleagues from back in the day.
No relationship.
And you didn't, and obviously he didn't, while they got along right, he didn't trust him like that, obviously, to just give him that deal and leave his name and get his name on it. He couldn't co-sign that loan. Now, Chris, I'm just giving based on the little piece of evidence that I had to view. What was the reason why didn't you get past that deal?
No, I'm not getting in the middle of this. I'm not getting the middle of it.
But you're in the middle of it. You are it. You ain't got to get in the middle of it. You are it.
Hatter and I just talked about this the other day, and I cannot believe Hatter just brought this up because he know the answers to the test.
I know. I cannot be like you sometimes.
Kwame Hatter just being messy right now.
Yeah, I'm being messy. But hold up.
Jimmy,
I'm being messy. But guess what? I heard him talking about nobody, man. Let me tell you something. I enjoyed Coach Henderson. I learned so much and had so much fun and learned so much about summer basketball through Coach Henderson. I wouldn't have never wanted to learn under nobody but him. I know. I'm just telling you. I wouldn't have never wanted to learn. Because guess what? Because with him came Alan Branch. With Alan Branch, y'all got to realize, with Alan Branch came, and we sit out here and mapped out a strategy for my son. So I wouldn't trade that relationship, those three, that dynamic right there, for no other relationship in summer basketball. I'm just telling, even in hindsight, I wouldn't trade that relationship. That was let me tell you something. We might have not be great, everybody apart, but that dynamic relationship, we had synergy. So when we got together, our 1 + 1 = 1 made 10. Because we went around the country whipping up, and Jimmy, what you said, whooping ass and taking names. So we went around the country, and hold up. They was talking about, Jimmy ain't gonna write about us. Jimmy just said, hey man, just go out there and win. I got to talk about you. So, it was a great situation, y'all. That's really summer basketball history right there. That dynamic relationship that I had with Henderson Branch. I don't care what happened to y'all and how he did y'all. All I go by is how people treat me. That's all I go by. I ain't gonna let y'all pick my damn friends. Cause if I'd have let people pick people that I deal with, I would never be talking to Chris and I would never be talking to Jimmy right now. So you can't let other people tell. And Houston is great for that. Oh, don't fuck with that. Don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. Houston is great for that. Man, y'all grown ass men better not let these other dudes block y'all blessings out telling you who not to mess with. I don't know who that word for. That word for somebody out there right now. Come on, Jimmy. Oh man, yeah, come on, Jimmy.
Yeah, man. and you guys know, of course, if you just got into the chop shop, do us a favor and share the show, if you will. Yes. We know we're about to land the plane, but still, there's no better time than now to share the show, and that's what I was looking down doing right now. Okay. I was sharing it because there's always somebody who can go and get some of this good conversation that we have on the chop shop. And I want to give two things that we land the plane. Want to first acknowledge Charles Barkley, which a lot of times we don't do enough, even though he's controversial, but he's one thing about it, for the people in his hometown, he look out for his block. His old high school in Alabama, he has pledged $1,000 to every single employee in the entire school. Now, it may not sound like
what? Say it again.
$1,000 to every single at the school, at his old high school.
That's good.
Right? That's good. Now, like I said, it may not sound like much, but there's a lot of employees that's at, a lot of employees at every high school. I'm talking even the janitor. Every employee, the janitor, the kitchen workers at the cafeteria, every employee $1,000. Also, come to find out that it's called Leeds High School. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. And Charles Barkley has gave over the past 30 years, he's already gave approximately $3 million to employees and students. Wow. As in the form of scholarships to his old high school. So one thing about sometimes if we don't say this about people, then who will? Yeah. And and want to give him props for that. Also, 50 Cent.
Oh, yes.
He's moved to Houston in the last couple of months, and Houston is now his new home. He actually lives here. Yeah. One thing about H-Town, man, you come to H-Town and stay, it's easy for a guy to, and you realize how economical some of the real estate is compared to where you living at. If you live on the West Coast or deep East Coast, you be like, oh man, I got to get me something. And so he's not only has he moved here, but he's hit the ground running. And with his foundation, he has an initiative that he's planning into with a joint partnership with HISD, and it has 3 high schools: Worthing High School, Wheatley High School, and Cashmere High School. They will be teaching some financial literacy. They're going to be pouring that into those 3 schools. Those are the first that they're starting with. And he said that his promises, this is just the beginning. He has much more coming, but you have to start with these 3
underperforming schools. They are the underperforming
and teach schools. Financial literacy. A lot of these kids, you understand. See, sometimes we have classes that are available, but we all can go back to our school days and think about it. Certain teachers turned us off for learning, meaning that if certain teachers you didn't like the way they fussed at you, and you didn't even want to listen. You just closed your ear because there's nothing they could say because you didn't like them. You didn't like the way they talked. You didn't like the way they fussed at you. So it's like ain't nothing you could teach me, lady. And that's how certain people. So that means the music sounds better coming from a different set of speakers. So. And I really believe that. Some coaches, we talk about the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks, they had one coach, Lloyd Pierce. All of a sudden, 2 days later, they go win 8 straight games with playing the same teams that have been kicking your butt. They were worse than the Houston Rockets when Lloyd Pierce got fired. Yeah. And they made the playoffs. They got the best record in the NBA since that point in the season. And so, but want to give a shout out to 50 Cent, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
And his crew for whoever it was, HID to connect them together. Whoever it was that connected those sides together. Props to those as well. And lastly,
and Jimmy, that's one of the things that Kwame Brown said that Steve Jackson and Matt Barnes,
Becky with the good hair.
He said Matt Barnes. He said let's focus on doing stuff like that a little bit more, and those guys do. But let's focus on doing something like that. Even us on the Chop Shop. Oh, you know, we in this future, in this new space we have. We got to focus. We got to get to a place where now we affecting this community. I know we're affecting it in our little way, but we got to be put in a position where we can do stuff like that. So it's just not just 50 Cent doing it. We can do our part also. So let look for that kind of stuff in the future, y'all. Because all of us collectively, it ain't gonna hurt us. How you used to say that, Jimmy? If everybody put something in the till, it ain't gonna hurt. Numbers are strong. That's why we tell you to share the show. That's why we tell you to go to YouTube. If you're not, go to YouTube right now. If you're on Facebook, and just subscribe. Thank you, Mate. I see you did it the other day, and several other people did it the other day. They went over to YouTube. They realized, oh, I've been watching this stuff. Let me go over to YouTube and just hit the subscribe button. We had a race to 1,000. We had almost 700 and something now. We in a race to 1,000. Let's be intentional. Chris, that's one of your words, right? Intentional about doing that. Because guess what? We don't have to. Let's talk about the elephant in our room. We got control over this show. Don't nobody have control. See, Kwame Brown can't say somebody. Chris, what you said, Kwame Brown need to come on this show. You'll chop him up. But guess what?
No, I won't chop him up.
It's us controlling this show. It ain't nobody else controlling what we say on this show. But let's get that done, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
And we got also want to dedicate this show. I know Chris Walker, he went to Kirby Middle School, and that's where he played his middle school ball, which was in the old North Forest ISD. Mm-hmm. And then Chris ended up going to Milby High School back he was zoned to Smiley High School. So Smiley High School, I think at the time back then, I think Joe Price might have been the head coach, but now recent head coach from Smiley, James Norman, passed away on yesterday. A lot of you guys may know James Norman was the coach of Augustine Rubit, of what's my young fellow who played for the Spurs and for the Orlando Magic, that went to U of H for the signed with U of H. But
not Bo Outlaw.
No, they played with Augustine Rubin.
Oh, you talking about the guard that would let the conference in scoring? Jonathan, is it Jonathan?
Jonathan Simmons. Jonathan
Simmons. Okay,
yeah, he was the head coach of Jonathan Simmons as well. And then Coach Norman, man, he was a cool cat, man. You know, every time, you know, if I called up on him, he come through. I helped him out every time. You know, he was a cool cat, man. He had problems with his liver, and so we definitely would miss. And that's where he had the end of retiring. I mean, he had got sick, and so it's a lot of times what I want to say to you guys that check on your old coaches. Do that today for some of you guys. Check on at least one of your old coaches. You know, if they're still living, and let's take a pledge for somebody to do that. You'd be surprised the joy that you could install in somebody's life if they hear from you today. You one of your old coaches, whether it be little league, middle school, high school, hell, you know, Pop Warner ball, I don't care what. Just reach out to one of your old coaches just to say, Coach, I didn't want nothing. Just want to see if you're doing all right and let you know, thanks for whatever. But let's take that to rest. And yes, I have more breaking news, and I can either give it to you now, or I can give you a piece of it now, or I can give you all of it tomorrow. Now that's up to you guys. You guys let me know. I got some good stuff. I always get the good stuff come through my phone.
How long would it take? How long would it take? Because Matt Barnes just invited Kwame onto the show, Jimmy. And Chris, Matt Barnes just invited 45 minutes ago, Kwame Kwame Brown to the show. Chris Walker.
I mean that's a smart move from the side of the fence because I know that people has talked to both parts. I don't know, but I know how it normally goes. People have probably talked to both sides and trying to get them to just calm down and relax from what they're from the stuff and just diffuse the situation before it end up where somebody end up actually getting hurt or going to jail.
That's smart.
As a result of this. And
give us the news, Jimmy. They want it now. They talking about now. I've seen about 10 nows. Somebody said knee out.
Yeah, I get news. Rod Wells says the Wheatley High School. Yes, Wheatley High School has named the head coach, Rod Wells. We released that news last week in the VIP news on rcssports.com. Go over to rcssports.com. See, that's the stuff I tell you guys. It ain't but $2.50 a month. Ain't but $2.50 a month. That's 13 cents a day. That's less than a gallon of gas. And guess what? You could have had that news last week. You could have had it last week. It's in there. Go look in there. You see the new coach of Wheatley High School. It's posted in the VIP news.
Right, Jimmy. They mess with Chris. But Chris like he in the hallway about to pass out. he doing this here. He doing this here. But Jimmy, give us the news, man.
Now the news is you guys I'll give you a piece of it and I'll give you in that way I tease you for tomorrow and give you all of the and the rest on tomorrow.
Okay.
On May the 28th, 29th, and the 30th. A basketball showcase that is coming to Houston, and for it to come into Houston, yes, it's been blessed. So there ain't nobody invading the city. How people think, man, y'all let anybody come in this? No. It's been blessed, and I'll be working not for them, and I've helped work with the project. So my fingerprints is on it. And this event will be headlined. We bringing one of the most popular high school players of all time to Houston for the first time, so you guys can get a glimpse of him in your backyard. Remember, I told you it shows people wants to come to Texas because Texas is jumping. So this kid, Mikey Williams, he plays with the We All Can Go grassroots program. Mikey Williams, Mikey Williams, you the one that said how many followers he had? How many followers he had?
When I kept up with it, it was 2 million. I don't know how many now. I ain't kept up with
this
it.
This is 11th grade in high school with that many followers. And I saw the video footage of him in Atlanta last weekend. Did you see that, Heather?
I saw the people. I ain't see him do nothing, but I saw how many people they had.
When he pulls up to the gym in the back seat of the car, it's like a rock star coming.
Yeah.
It's like he has a following,
He's
Chris.
a cult following.
These little girls and the little dudes, they love him. They're hollering and crying at the same time.
I told you. I told you that they didn't change the price tags on what is valuable. But keep going. I told you.
Stacey says it's $3 million now. 3 million followers now. Mm-hmm. So he's coming to Houston with the We All Can Go team. Mm-hmm. Also, the Midwest Basketball Club, they out of Cincinnati, Ohio. It's Adidas program. They're coming. They got the kid Reed Shepard. They're pretty damn good. So they'll be coming to Houston. Also, the 3D Empire, the team out of Dallas, that's unsponsored, that has been kicking it pretty much everybody's butt, but they're coming to Houston. Southern Assault with Keontae George.
Well, that's all you had to do. Said Keontae coming.
He's coming. That team is coming to Houston and participating. Also, Power 5. They're from Wisconsin. Power 5 is sponsored by Adidas. That's Kevon Looney's program. They're coming to Houston and participating. And it's going to be, I just gave you 5 of the 8 teams. It's only going to be 8 teams. And so now tomorrow.
How many pros? How many pros?
That's not my job to pick out pros.
That ain't his job. It ain't Chris. Chris, but do me a favor. I'm gonna send you some. I'm gonna send you some games. I said, and Mikey Williams, y'all got to help me with this. I don't understand the phenomenon, but it is a phenomenon. I just don't understand because it used to be you got to be a badass dude to be able to get this. Now people just gotta like you.
Guess what? Seven Woods
no,
was
I'm not
a
going.
phenomenon.
Somebody Barry say, "Am I going?" Hell no, I ain't going. I'm not going.
Is Michael Williams the kid that one hand dude was dunking on?
Yes, yes, it was. Jimmy, that's who he played.
In the camp.
The one hand they played last week in Atlanta.
Oh, I didn't see that video.
Yeah, I showed it yesterday on the show. Him. Yeah, that's it. He was tearing Cliff Livingston and Michael Williams, a new asshole. The one of them, man. Beat him by 1,000. Yes.
What? And one of the things, understand.
They need to invite him to that tournament.
Which one? Yes. Hey, I'll watch it on video if he come again.
This dude got 3 million followers. Wherever he go, them young kids gonna come out and watch it.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It don't matter.
Do your thing. I
told you. Wherever he go,
hey, y'all done went in the Neiman. Hold up. Y'all done went in the Neiman. Y'all done went to the dollar store and put a Neiman Marcus price on something that costs 99 cents. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I mean, y'all can go see what you want.
Tell me this. How did you turn so sour on Mikey Williams in 1 year?
I just watched him play. I ain't never.
But you did watch him play. You watched him play last summer when Bryce Griggs went to San Diego at the same high school.
Where I watched him play at?
The same way you watched him play. The same way you watched him play this weekend.
They didn't play.
They played against the Seattle team last year.
No, not with Bryce on the team.
Yes, Bryce did play. Yes, they did. They played up on the East. Hell, you forgot? They played in one event together. Bryce and Mikey played together. They played against Seattle Rotary last summer.
They did not play, Jimmy. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna leave it alone. They did not play.
So tell me this.
They did not play.
Just say you don't remember them playing. That sounds better.
If they had played, I would have went to the game because it wasn't no.
It was the COVID. You wasn't going no damn where in the middle. Right
so they wasn't playing out there during the COVID.
Remember, it was right before they locked down the state of California. You must forgot.
I didn't see it.
It was right before they locked everything down. They went and played. And look, Jeffrey Days just put it on that.
Back to you, because you don't know what goes inside of my head and my body.
I'm telling you,
it was Mikey Williams' game.
But we going back to they didn't play. They don't escape that.
Well, let me go back because you said I soured on it. No, I never liked this game. You putting words in my mouth. I ain't never liked this game. Never.
Let's continue this tomorrow.
And my friends would know how I ain't never liked this game. You just don't know. Huh?
I'm going to go watch him on YouTube. Let's bring this back tomorrow.
Go watch him on YouTube and tell me.
Understand something. I have not said one thing about his game. I said
that's what I'm talking about, his game.
And a following means there's going to be a lusting crowd that's going to attend whatever he plays in the very near future. And understand. And then what happened last week in Atlanta, they had a line draped around, snaked out into the parking lot in Atlanta. I got the
video.
Watching.
I got the video.
So that's the thing. And guess what? By him having those followers, after July the 1st, he would be able to legally capitalize on it with his following once he transferred over, because he can get paid, especially off of social media, based on his following.
All of that. That ain't what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about. I said he had 2 million followers, and Stacey said 3 million. What has that got to do with me? I'm just saying I just don't understand the hype. I just don't.
Well, here's what it
have.
Here's what it does. I don't understand. The height, understanding it, then that's yet to be determined for anybody to understand. I don't understand the hype either based on his game, but it far extends beyond game. For example, Chris, back about 5 years ago, that was a young man in Houston that played in the backcourt with Carson Edwards. This young man name was Greg Shedd. He's a guard that ended up going to a JUCO and ended up filling out. Here's what he was doing. This young man had a super following on social media. He would go take his shirt off, him and his buddy. They would make videos talking on social media on the gram, and them little girls would go crazy. They put baby oil on their six pack, and they would go crazy. And he was a handsome little fella. And so what happens?
Mikey is a handsome little fella.
So Mikey Williams to the little girls, he's a handsome little fella. That's where the phenomenon comes in at.
Jimmy, I'm agreeing with that part. But
That's
you
all
don't
I'm
understand.
saying. So, it don't.
I see the little girl sitting over there, and he's missing layup after layup and missing dunk after dunk, and the little girl sit up there. Oh, Mikey fell on the floor. I'm watching this freaking mediocrity, a sham of a day. I'm watching this mess. I'm telling you, Chris.
And I'm thinking if think about it like this. If this social media would have been developed to this point 10, 11 years ago, I'm quite certain if they like Mikey Williams based on the street cred of a guy like Snap Peters or Tommy Mason Griffin, they would have had 2 million followers or 1 million followers as well. Snap Peters was because he could dunk. And so if Derek Griffin would have had a social media following, he probably would have been okay instead of going through the rigors he went through. I mean, because he could dunk.
Chris, wait till I see the video. The little hold up, not just the little black girls, the little white girls. Chris is on the sideline. The little white 14, Chris is
get out,
freaking believable. Hey man. I'm just telling you, man. See me when I watch a game. It was a super spreader event, Chris. I saw 2 masks in the whole damn building. Everybody in there might die next week. But I'm just telling you, man. Mikey Williams, he's a phenom he's taking advantage of this. Yes, he's taking
that ain't
advantage
gonna help.
of this.
That's not gonna help him when it comes to that court.
Okay. Say no more.
But that's the whole thing. If he positions himself, what he's doing right now, Chris, what he's doing right now, if it transcends over to something else, he could, it might take it to acting. He might can take it to one of those to another field, as you say, as maybe.
Maybe.
The Kardashians did it with no skills. So let him get his. I ain't telling you not to support it.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I'm not finna vouch. I'm not finna put my stamp on it because people asking me about it, and I said, no, And guess what? He's gonna sell some sneakers.
He's gonna play Division I basketball. Yes,
he's gonna play Division I basketball. He can jump high sometime because he done missed so many dunks.
I said Seven Woods was Mikey Williams before Mikey Williams. Seven Woods is still in college right now. He's on his 3rd college right now. Seven Woods was the phenom back in the days when he was in middle school going to high school. Seven Woods was the guy that they said couldn't miss. North Carolina took him and he had and he just leveled off. And certain guys can do that. Now at the same time, the thing that I don't like is like I said, I haven't mentioned one thing about basketball about Mikey Williams. Now about Wood, I will just add this. He has to find a way. It looks like he's getting too comfortable with losing by as many points that this team is losing by.
He don't care because y'all following him. Everybody following him, win or lose. He gonna get. You just, Jimmy. What is his incentive? He young. He probably run his household. Probably tell his mom and daddy what to do. He left California and went somewhere else. Think about this, y'all. What incentive does he have to go out?
Didn't he get a brand new foreign car a year ago?
They took that back. They took that back. That was.
What kind was that? A Corvette? What kind was that?
That was a Corvette. No, it wasn't foreign. It was a Corvette. But that got took back. But that got took back to the snow. But y'all, all I'm saying, y'all, I just don't want us to lose focus. Because we got young kids out here, Chris, that want to really play basketball and go to college. Mikey Williams, man, he don't care if he lose. Hold up. Now, somebody told me this. They went to Atlanta to go to the Bob Givens. They played a couple of games and the Bob Givens got their head toe off, left the Bob Givens and went up and got a whole nother other game somewhere else. Chris, they went barnstorming. And that's when you saw the people waiting outside. It's unbelievable. So the people who bringing them in Houston, let me tell you something. Great, great, great job, because y'all going to make some money. All right? Y'all going to make some money. But if you plan on seeing a show, I mean, no. No.
But I mean, seeing the show, all it takes is a dunk. So I mean, if you're down by 20, 30, then who's on the court for the other team? That's
Man, what are
that's
we talking about?
plus 30.
That
money kid is on the court. So that money kid, I'm saying this kid ain't horrible. So that means Chris, he's still ranked in the top 10 in the country.
Yes.
In his class.
And hold up. And guess what? And hold up. And you see what Jimmy just said? Some of them guys who ranking them, they probably feel this. They caught up in this bullshit too. Chris, didn't you just tell me a minute ago that if the NBA got inferior talent evaluators, the top league in the world, man. Can you imagine what's happening at the high school level?
Oh, please.
Okay. All right.
100%.
I just wanted you to.
Well, another thing that Chris that understand, this young man back at the time when a lot of people had piled on Makur Maker for his decision to go to
that ended up being an experiment.
This young man came on social media and to all of his followers at the time and let it be known that he was serious in considering a HBCU, and then backed it up with another comment to basically take the pressure off. People was laughing and piling on. So that alone, right now, gives him a mulligan with me. You know, a mulligan. It's off the court. Nothing to do with basketball.
When the last time he mentioned
he was serious about HBCU.
When the last time he mentioned one?
Well, that topic, he pretty much closed the door on that topic back then. He let it be known that he's serious about it.
But faith comes by hearing and hearing. You got to keep posting. Keep posting. He's the fourth best player. I mean,
everybody, you know.
Whatever films they say he's the fourth best player on that damn team. And they be getting their head towed clean off, Chris. Chris, you got to see it, Chris. When you Google it, you're going to say, what the hell is they talking about? You might call me tonight. But Jimmy, let's get out of here, man. I like that. I like this overtime.
Let's talk about that again tomorrow. I'm going to go watch it. I want to talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, good topic. Yeah. Look, somebody just said, Jim, I'm going to put it on the screen so you can remember it tomorrow. Hold up. I'm going to put it on the screen. Good question. If Mikey faced any of the top guards on Hicks rankings, how would he fare?
And the top guards and
top five guards on your rankings, how would he fare?
Greater Houston rankings?
Yeah.
What do you mean? How would he fare on what team he's with?
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
The team that he's with, it also has a Houston kid on that team that plays on his grassroots team.
We'll talk about tomorrow.
The starting center is Chooks Issa from Jack Yates High School. Chooks is the starting center. Remember, We All Can Go is where Chooks played for back when he was in his 8th grade, 9th grade, before he moved to Houston. That program is what he grew up in. So he's playing with that program and as an unsigned senior. So Chooks, he's back in Houston now. I mean, he lives in Houston, you know, he's still in school, obviously, because he's a 12th grader, getting ready to graduate from Yates in a couple of weeks.
Let's
talk
about tomorrow. Chris, we're gonna work it out tomorrow, baby. It's gonna be on and popping.
So that's the tick on that. So we'll revisit that conversation, that topic on tomorrow. We want to give a shout out to Matt Verdon, Matt the Mayor up in Atlanta, just chimed in to the Chop Shop. Make sure you guys, you know what to do as we get ready to land this plane. We want to ask you to share the show before you hit the door. That's remember that. Share the show before you hit the dough. That's how we do it on the Chop Shop. Make sure thumbs up to all you guys in the YouTube. Boom Boom Room, Dr. John Newsom, Forever Young Films, old Archie Sensei, Herb D. What's going on? Welcome. Shout out to you as well, and also Underrated Hoops with the question that we're gonna tackle on tomorrow. Also, you guys in the Facebook feed. Shout out to you guys as well, man. Thanks for all the questions and keeping that thing live. But share the show before you hit the dough. Meanwhile, it's now time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on Women Rock Wednesday. We'll see you guys in 22 hours. Peace, man. Chop shop.
Yeah.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.